Who that?
Who did?
Tampa.
All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites, you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor, though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions.
Hey, shalom. Welcome back to the Lionz Den Radio Show.
Radio. Shit. They're not in the spirit.
That's right.
Them brothers quiet. They ain't in the spirit.
Sunday evening.
That's right.
Sunday evening. We are the best value, entertainment value on Sunday evenings
Right.
in Israel.
Bring it out.
From 7 to 9 p.m.
From 7 to 9 p.m.
That's right.
So I'm Officer Kimmy Williams. To my right.
Officer Yahaziel.
To his right.
Soldier Lahad.
To my left.
Officer Yuri.
And to his left.
Officer Ezekiel.
With his own sound effect.
That's right.
Officer Ezekiel travels with his own sound effect.
Man.
All right, so we going over the current events, but before we begin, Officer Yahaziel, what's the week been like?
Hey, the week been good. Got to do a lot of reading, studying. The Lord done sent some fireboats back there at work, so hey, I got like 2 days where I literally got to just sit there and read.
Yeah, it was a lot of raining.
Yeah,
A lot of rain.
Esau don't like that though.
So got a lot of studying. That's it.
Yeah. And then we had Family Day today. That was good.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Sabbath was fire as usual.
Right.
Bishop Kanai brought out some deep understanding to forgiving your debts and your neighbors.
Hey, you know, that's something that we really have to concentrate on.
Yep.
As Officer Michael say all the time, be like, the palm is mine. But yet some of the most basic things that the Lord I'm just Yuri is never angry.
Come on now,
and he's never excited.
Come on, man.
I'm excited now. I'm glad to be on the show. My week, it was cool. I realized I was getting kind of old this week. Yeah. I'm
23?
Yeah.
I forgot how old I am.
I think he's going through one of them episodes by this hurricane.
My jaw started hurting. I don't know if it's because of a wisdom tooth or something. I don't know.
He just showed his age.
You starting to get some wisdom, huh?
He just showed his age.
Okay, all praises.
My tire blew out this week, as y'all know, yesterday.
Yeah.
But Most I was testing me. Took it patiently. So other than that, my week was good. Same old. Glad to be here.
You know what the Lord was showing you, right?
What was he showing? Patience? More patience?
He's showing you that if your tires are rated for 50,000 miles, don't put 60 on them and expect them not to blow. Damn.
Oh, man.
I'm going to just leave it.
That's why your wisdom tooth was starting to, it's like, you got some wisdom today.
I guess so.
Officer Ezekiel.
Had a great week.
Wow.
It's fantastic.
Stupendous.
Super great. No, actually, we had a COVID. Yeah, we had a COVID scare over in my residence.
In your residence?
Yeah, my household.
Damn.
Thought I had corona.
So
But I didn't. I'm good. It's all
What you had, Delta?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
He flew Delta. So he thought he had Delta.
Nah.
Oh, praise.
Nah, my week was cool though, other than the COVID scare. But yeah. It's good.
I had the frontier.
I mean, when you say COVID scares, it's like a COVID boogeyman outside
Yeah,
the door.
actually-
He's in the closet.
Nah. Nah. We thought we had corona.
Okay.
We
All
did.
right. But the house is good, right?
Yeah, everybody's good.
All right.
All
All
praises.
praise. All right, Soldier Lahad.
Hey, shalom.
You should have like a soundbite. You hear the money just.
Hey, his soundbite should be the cha-ching.
Hey.
Somebody, y'all need to download that sound effect.
Stop.
Hey, y'all need to zoom in because we got a lot of empty space over there. Because I know Lahad likes to sit by himself.
The chair for his money.
Shalom, bro.
Yeah,
That's what the chair for.
yeah, chair full of money over there.
Sound
Next
crazy.
to him.
You know, Mayweather walk around with.
Y'all see his watch, right?
I ain't Mayweather, but
But you compare yourself to.
Right.
I got you.
no. But anyway, my week was good.
Let's start that over. Let's start that over.
All praise.
All right. So Lahad, how was your week?
My week was good. This Sabbath, I'm gonna work backwards. This Sabbath class was amazing. I had a lot of time because I was at home and I didn't have to get up and do some of my normal duties to listen to the class and examine that covetous spirit. And in the week, it just reminded me how much I hate this place, captivity. Sometimes you have a good week and then other times the devil won't let you get one. But all praise to the Most High. We made it to the Sabbath. Family Day was great, to see everybody smile. I enjoyed that thing.
Hey, so Soldier, did you have a COVID scare also?
I did.
Oh my God.
I didn't want to bring that up, but you
wow.
did. Yeah, I had to stay home for a couple of days, and
But you're negative though, right?
What?
Negative?
Yes.
On the COVID?
I wouldn't.
Hey, he's here. He better be negative. He's here.
You supposed to be like, I'm a positive brother. What you talking about?
You're not negative, right?
Hey, but Soldier Lahad, I know you talking about you having a good weekend and stuff. Just I don't know who was sitting over there. We was about security the other night, and it's me and Duell. Everything was going smooth. Scrolling through my phone, and all of a sudden I seen what's that? What's that little boy? That Little Nas X character.
Nas.
Yeah.
Oh my
This
God.
dude
I
got
thought we was gonna go through the whole show without mentioning
fake
him.
pregnancy, whatever. But nah, to his point, like you having a good, everything going good, and all of a sudden, blam! Don't forget where you at.
Mm-hmm.
A reminder. Gotta get the hell up out of here.
The devil's spawn.
Whatever. I hate this place.
That's right.
Damn. All right, we got to pick the show back up. And it came to a crashing halt, bringing up Little Nas X. I don't even know what that means.
Oh.
But anyway.
Yeah.
I know what that
Hey, so we're going into current events today. All right. The worst is yet to come.
Mm-hmm.
The worst is yet to come. Hey, so let's start off. Because when we say the worst is yet to come, Christ said the worst would be yet to come. Let's see how he said that to us. Let's get that in Matthew 24. Matthew 24. Where we start at 7?
Nations rising against nations.
Yeah.
Or rumors of wars.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just start at verse 4.
Okay. Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
So, Christ is telling his disciples, make sure nobody deceives you. Don't nobody trick you.
All right.
Right? Go ahead.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Uh-huh.
See that ye be not troubled.
So right now, you've got what? You got many wars, but of the what's being broadcast the most is right now the Taliban.
Yeah.
Right? The land of Israel remains at war.
Mm-hmm.
It stays at war. And Bishop did a class about Jerusalem being a burdensome stone. So as long as the true Israelites, the true Jews are not in that land, it's going to remain that way.
Right.
So it says, the scripture says that, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Go ahead.
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines.
So there's going to be famines in the earth. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And pestilence.
And pestilence.
And earthquakes. In diverse places.
So, right now, I think it's in Brazil and Venezuela where they're suffering famines. We saw videos of them searching for food on garbage heaps. Damn. So you have famine in the land, right? There'll be pestilences. We know that right now. We're enduring one of those. The pestilence boogeyman visited Officer Ezekiel this week.
Right.
But
Yeah, he did.
all praises. You fought him off.
Right.
A valiant, mighty warrior over there. And earthquakes. Right? The most recent devastating earthquake was in Haiti.
Yep.
Right? And then followed up by what? Hurricane, tropical storm hurricane. Right? In diverse places. And now you got the rainstorms just came through and flooded the Northeast. Right after the prophets left.
Immediately.
You know what's crazy about that? The craziest part is we're reading and we're watching biblical prophecy unfold right before our eyes. But then when you pop on the news, Esau's so full of himself, he'll attribute it to they'll say that it's global warming.
Right.
You know, because they created that whole concept of global warming and the earth is supposed to implode on itself and all. That's ridiculous. But what's really happening is that God is visiting the earth, right? He's touching the earth, you know?
Absolutely.
We're watching it right now.
Absolutely.
Can I bring that out?
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's get Isaiah chapter 29.
You see how enthusiastic he was with it?
Bring it out.
To me, I sound loud.
Let me bring
that out.
In my head, it sounds good.
Shaq like that too.
I'm really excited to pull my first precept of the class. Can I bring that out?
Isaiah.
Go ahead.
Let me try again. Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6.
All right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder.
With thunders, the storms, right?
And with earthquake.
And with earthquakes, what just happened in Haiti. So what's going on in Philly and in New York, the flooding, and when earthquakes in Haiti and other places, the Lord's doing that. But guess what? Esau has our people thinking, oh, it's just global warming or it's just Mother Nature. No, the Bible says
Ida. Ida did it.
Yeah, Ida did it, right?
Like somebody auntie.
But the Bible says the Lord shall do that thing. That's how he visits the earth. Read on.
And great noise with storm and tempest.
Your hurricanes.
And the flame of devouring fire.
So the Most High, when these events happen, the Most High is visiting his people, the earth, on the earth. So.
That's right.
You know it's funny? Because we know that they're not giving credit to the creator for doing it, right? But they say all that stuff like, we know a particular brother that's telling you about all that foolishness, the weather machine. And nobody never thinks to say, well, okay, if somebody did make the weather machine, who gave him that thought? I was just bored one day and decided, let's make a weather machine to destroy the place, even though I'm living on it. Wow. Our people's crazy because even despite all of those kind of stuff or conspiracies they come up with, the biggest conspiracy on the earth, they don't know who they are, right? They don't know why they don't know who they are, and they have no solution, no possible solution.
Right.
Like you seen the flood and all of that. Dude closed the door. Like that was a solution. The water still came in. The earthquake. Okay. You could come up with all kind of theories. Okay, what you gonna do to stop the earthquake?
Right.
Nothing, right? But until God's people is back into the proper order, this place is gonna continue to be jacked up. That's what the Bible says, right?
Hey, after Hurricane Katrina, wasn't there a wall built in the ocean to stop the next hurricane from coming up? Y'all remember that?
Yeah,
hey, IT team, can we find the wall that was built in the ocean in the Gulf to stop the hurricane? It ain't stopped nothing.
It's funny, they're not even talking about them, and they got hit first.
Right.
That sounds so crazy. They built a wall in the ocean to stop the hurricanes. Yo.
Hey, that's white man.
That is so crazy.
Build a wall for everything.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know. I had no idea. We need to see this. It's funny, actually. It is.
IT team. Let's get. Hey, somebody find that and send it to the IT team. There was a wall after Katrina. You found it?
No.
After Katrina, they started building a wall to that they could manipulate the water.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, hey, talk lava. I'll find it.
I know the one that they had there. Good.
I was thinking about what Bishop was saying last night about the waters, the Most High commanding the waters, Proverbs 8:29. This is going to his example that he made about how Esau would try to come up with excuses or validate why things happen on the earth today. Can somebody get that? Proverbs 8:29. And it's funny. It's funny that you say that because the Bible actually explains what happens. You know, they trying to build a wall to prevent the next hurricane, you know, to keep the levels of the flood down to a low.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
When he gave to the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth.
So the Most High commanded the waters that, okay, now it's time for you to hit the northeast. But before that, it was plenty of storms that happened. Plenty of storms. But this is the Most High letting us know that, look, I'm in control of all of this. So, you know, it's funny how Esau tried to make it seem like, you know, global warming, because of the amount of cars, the amount of pollution, all of these things is contributing to, you know, the ozone and all this and all that. Like, nah, the Most High is saying, y'all better repent because the time is coming.
Yeah. You know they don't believe in the Bible. Like, tell that to Noah's time. We're going to build a wall. We're going to build a wall. We'll be safe in this wall. All right. Noah like, yeah, all right. See how that work out. But that's why the scriptures tell you, was that 2 Peter talk about as a day as a Noah, right? Because nobody saw that coming. Mm-hmm. Nobody up north saw that coming. When I used to live up there, we never heard of anything except maybe a tropical storm. And as soon as we left, they got Sandy, right? Mm-hmm. That destroyed Staten Island. Staten Island's still jacked up behind that thing.
That was a bad one.
Right? Then out of nowhere, Philly catching a touch of that Ida business that it hit up Louisiana, like you was talking about. Nobody's not even talking about Louisiana or the 7th Ward. And then out of nowhere, you on the Q train. You get off the Q train and you're getting showered. You're getting showered like, oh man.
Yeah, that's unheard of. You never ever would have imagined a flash flood happening in New York before.
Look at it. It started in Louisiana.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Where the news in Florida? Where the news in Atlanta? You know, in Georgia.
It's coming.
It went all the way to the east.
Right.
It skipped over us. You know. All praise to the Most High.
Oh, you mean the Floridians? They be mocking, talking about, you going to Florida? There's hurricanes in Florida, B.
Hey, read that. Hey, let's show the picture first.
Hey, can we move that light?
Yeah. Let's show the picture and then read that and then move the light so that Lahada Money can see the screen.
I can't see.
I can't see.
You know, even with all his money, he can't see that screen, bro.
My diamonds ain't that bright.
It's ice.
You want me to read it?
Move the light. Yeah, I can't see. Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh. Will the Great Wall of New Orleans save it from the next killer hurricane?
So wait a minute. Wait, show the picture. Scroll up so we can see the picture. Went down. Yeah.
Wow.
Blow that up. Blow that up. I want
Damn.
at the bottom. See, y'all thought I was joking.
Well,
Y'all thought I was playing with that. Yeah, blow that up some. They spent a lot of money. They said, look. Hey, just like they were building the building to heaven, in Babylon and Genesis.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Trump. Yeah.
They thought that they was going to be able to so that they could go visit the Lord.
Yeah.
They thought they're going to be able to defeat the Lord with this wall. Like this wall's going to protect us from the hurricane. All right.
Hands too short.
Go ahead. Go back. Let's read that. Y'all thought I was playing about that thing. Yeah, they built the wall, man.
Wonder how much this wall cost.
Oh,
it said, yeah, read that.
The $14.5 billion flood protection system enclosing the city is a marvel of engineering. But if Louisiana loses its remaining wetlands, it may not be enough.
14 billion?
New Orleans, on a sweltering blue sky September day, I stand atop a 26-foot wall, white concrete wall that stretches for nearly 2 miles across the Golden Triangle Marsh. On the eastern edge of the city, the 1.1 billion Inner Harbor Navigation Canal Lake Surge barrier is wide enough to accommodate a Ford F-250 truck and ranks as one of the biggest public works project in the United States. Built by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the wall contains a Hoover Dam's worth of concrete. It is, an officials proudly point out, visible from the outer space.
Wait a minute.
Damn.
It says,
Yeah, you just said that.
it's visible.
That's crazy.
Outer space. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the Lord is looking at this like, they think that's going to stop me?
Right.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
hold on. Get Isaiah. What officers, can y'all get that Isaiah 40 and 22? 40 and 22. And then we'll go back to reading it. It said it's visible from outer space.
Wow. They think they're doing something.
Yeah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers.
Are as what?
Are as grasshoppers.
Right.
That's keep reading.
Yeah.
That stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain.
So, hey, if you see grasshoppers, you can step on a grasshopper and smash it, right?
Right.
The grasshoppers is looking at you like, yes, this is indefensible. you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the pride of Esau.
Yep.
Esau is looking like we can build something to defeat the Lord.
Yep. All the time.
Let's go back to the article. Esau's crazy.
Hey, officer, you know it's funny? In the beginning, it says that the wetlands, if they keep their wetlands, a lot of the things that they doing today is destroying the wetlands, because the wetlands is like where your natural like that, where your, like, let's say like your animals that lives in that area. Esau, what they doing is going and building homes in these areas, and they making the wetlands smaller.
Right.
So there's no way that they're gonna be able to preserve the wetlands.
No.
The article.
Go back to the article.
All right. When Hurricane Katrina struck New Orleans on August 29, 2005, there was nothing here to stop a 15-foot high wall of water that roared out of the lake and tore through shipping canals leading into the city, toppling levees and flood walls and drowning the Lord Ninth Ward. One of the challenges you have in building anything in New Orleans when it comes to risk reduction, and that the city depends on water, says Rick Boyd, public affairs chief for the Corps in New Orleans. It's the basis for the economy. It's the basis for our culture. It also surrounds us on three sides.
So I just wanted to show y'all that Esau and his pride thought he could stop the Lord. So even this latest storm, Ida, comes through there and still ain't stopped flooding, still ain't stopped power outages, still ain't stopped the damage. Nope. Hey, read that again with Officer Yuri pulled.
Isaiah
29. Yeah, let's read that again. Isaiah 29.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire.
With storm and tempest. So, okay, you build a 15-foot wall. I mean, you have 15-foot waves, so you build a 26-foot wall. What you gonna do when the Lord bring a 50-foot wave?
Right.
I mean, the pride of Esau.
Can I land back on that? I got something.
All right, let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm about to be like, no.
My bad.
I know he got excited. Hey,
no.
I see the excitement. I just don't hear the excitement. No, I'm just. But no, it's the pride of Esau that when the scriptures say he sits himself in the seat of God. And our people marvel at this man as if he is God, not knowing the Bible is talking about how our God will destroy anything that this man builds. Go ahead and lamb back.
That's right.
It brought out a what you were saying earlier from the satellite, how they could see it from space.
Right.
The Most High, he laughs at that.
Right.
Let's get Psalms chapter 107. Because this is the Most High said how high he could bring these waves up. Psalms chapter 107 and verse 25. This is nothing compared to the Most High.
The book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 25. For he commanded and raised the stormy wind.
The hurricanes, the strong storms, right?
Which lifted up the waters thereof, waves thereof.
Those are the waves that they're trying to block, right? Read.
They mount up to the heaven.
Wait. How high do they go?
They mount up to the heaven.
So them 15-foot walls, nothing. Them 25-foot walls, nothing. The 50-foot walls, nothing. Read.
They go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble.
And the people that are down there, they're terrified of it because they can't stop it. They can't stop the Most High's work.
That's a good. That's a cold precept.
That's a cold precept.
All praises. All praises. All right, so let's get started. Let's get into the actual content of the show. Okay. All right, we got a phone call. Sloan caller. What's your name, number, and let's try that again.
You gotta turn on your radio.
Turn down your radio, caller.
Sloan caller, what's your name, your question or comment?
Hey, Shalom. We some more time congratulations, Brother David.
Brother David, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
We doing well. We doing the Lionz Den, so we doing well, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was just listening to you all, man, and I was looking at Genesis chapter 7, verse 18 through 20. You know what I'm saying? Esau gonna try to build whatever they gonna build, man, to stop what the Most High done already decreed. So those from 18 through 20, this Genesis chapter 7, 18 through 20, man, it's like when the Most High say when he flooded the earth, you know, the water prevailed the mountain. So I don't know why they think a 25-foot wall is not what the Most High put in place.
Because they're prideful people, brother.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna read that. Good scripture. All praises. Hey, keep listening.
Sir. I sure will. Appreciate y'all.
All right, brother.
All right, shalom.
Shalom. All right, let's get that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 7, verse 19. 18. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters.
So that's an excellent precept because he's showing, just like you have brought out, the waters mounting up to the heavens, that this man can't defeat the Lord. But yet he's angering the Lord by naming these storms as if it's Ida, if it's Rachel, you know, if it's Fred, you know, but yet no one attributes it to God. But this is what? A Christian nation, one nation under God. We just don't believe in God. Go ahead.
Hey, I just thought of something, you know, in the videos, how they were showing the cars floating down the streets.
Yes.
I was just thinking, like, Esau think he's so smart. He can be like, all right, if the wall don't work, next time we're going to create cars that can fly away when they have it. They will think that type of stuff. Esau is crazy.
You know what's crazy? I'm glad you said that. I remember it was smoke. It was smoke for one of the volcanoes. And the smoke was going across the skies from here over to Europe. And I think it was covering like Greenland or something like that. And the ash from the smoke stopped the air traffic.
Damn.
That's I'm going to have to look that one up, too. I got to. Wow. I'm going to look that up for y'all, too. All right, go ahead, read it.
Verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth and all the high hills and were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered.
Damn, that's crazy. Dang. So that's to show you could put up all the walls you want. Unless you building a wall to cover the mountains, you done. You done. Ain't no escaping. But that's Esau though. He's always trying to find a way to escape, whether it's space or on earth or under the earth. He's always trying to find a way to escape.
Nope.
That's how I be making them, we call them disaster movies.
2012.
Yeah. 2012 had that in it. Yeah.
The doomsday preppers.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Because he knows he can't defeat. This is the thing. This is how wicked he is. He knows he can't defeat the Lord, right? But he's going to put it in the minds of the Israelites or the black people that he can defeat the Lord and the black people jump on the bandwagon and fight for Esau.
Great signs and wonders.
Like Will Smith in Independence Day, you know? Hey, bring that that last article I pulled up. Because I'm just show you, and somebody find that scripture about the I think it's in Second Ezra, but the earth fight for the world fights for us. Somebody find that scripture about how the world would fight for the righteous, something like that. Can't remember exactly how it is. Hey, y'all got that article? I sent it to the group. Yep. All right. Now, Hurricane Katrina happened in 2005, right? This happened, I think, right around 2000. That's why y'all don't remember.
Transition.
All right. Can we get it on the? There we go. All right. I'll praise.
Iceland's volcanic ash halts flights across Europe.
Do you see that? Iceland, a volcano in Iceland halts air traffic. How are they gonna fight against the Lord?
Man.
How are they gonna fight against the Lord? Read on.
All right, it says the ash cloud from Iceland's sweeping volcano halted air traffic across a wide swath of Europe across Europe on Thursday, grounding planes on a scale unseen since 2001 terror attacks as authorities stopped all flights over Britain, Ireland, and Nordic countries. Thousands of flights were canceled, stranding tens and thousands of passengers. And officials said it was not clear when it would be safe enough to fly again.
Go ahead.
An aviation expert said it was the first time in living memory that an ash cloud had affected some of the most congested airspace in the world. While a scientist in
Wait a minute. Read that last part again.
An aviation expert said it was the first time in living memory that an ash cloud had affected some of the most congested airspace in the world.
The most congested airspace in the world is going from, that would be like going out of what? New York, LaGuardia, over to Europe and back?
Yeah, that's where them international flights.
A lot of them originate from there, don't they? But when we're talking about that place, because you wouldn't think that they would come out of Atlanta or Miami and fly that far north to get to Europe.
Right.
So you're talking about probably coming out of LaGuardia or JFK and going over, but that's the most congested airspace, right? And the Lord just put a halt to that thing.
Shut it down.
You got that script?
Yeah.
All right, let's get that.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 17. For which...
sorry about that.
Good.
Bring it out.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 17. For which most to be wondered at, the fire had more force in the water, that quencheth all things. For the world fighteth for the righteous.
You know what? Jump up to 14.
Verse
13. Start 13.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 13.
Uh-huh.
For thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringest up again. A man indeed killeth through his malice, and the spirit, when it is gone forth, returneth not. Neither the soul received up cometh again. But it is not possible to escape thine hand.
Wait a minute. Read that again.
But it is not possible to escape thine hand.
You cannot escape the Lord.
Right.
You can't do it. Go ahead.
For the ungodly that denied to know thee, were scourged by the strength of thine arm. With strange rains, hails, and showers were they persecuted, that they could not avoid, and through fire were they consumed. For, which is most to be wondered at, the fire had more force in the water, that quencheth all things. For the world fighteth for the righteous.
Wait a minute, read that part again. That's beautiful. That make your teeth white. Yeah. Read that again.
For the world fighteth for the righteous.
The world fighteth for the righteous. So it don't matter what they do. It don't matter what they do.
Hey, since we're on the topic of planes, like I know of flying when it's thunderstorming.
Right.
Like pilots know if it's too much rain and thunder, they ain't about to fly.
Right.
But sometimes you get some pilots, they know if they fly above 30,000 feet, and get above the clouds, we good. But this scripture said, but it is not possible to escape thine hand. Like, I'll be scared as hell when we go up there. I'd be like, look, this is it. Like, when I be up there seeing that lightning come through the clouds, I'd be like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
But Esau, they like, we going.
But the Lord creates the clouds, right? So you really think they can fly above it,
right?
Without the Lord taking them down if He chooses to,
right?
But it be clouds above the clouds.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I'd
be
be like,
first
y'all
class,
crazy.
don't worry.
Hey, I fly coach.
Like I said, first class, money gonna fail. I think that gonna work.
All right, let's get that first article. Let's get the actual first article of the show now.
All right.
That was just a preview,
right?
A prelude to current events. We got a little sidetracked, but it's all good because what we're showing is that everything goes full circle.
Yep.
Esau will try to assert himself as the power over the earth. But yeah, wait a minute.
Bring it out.
Can we get Job 9:24? That will tie it together right there. Let's just get Job 9:24 because there's a reason that this man thinks he's God. And after you get that, get that in Deuteronomy. Let me see, and then we'll go to that first article. 30. Is it 32? Let me find it.
The book of Job. Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So if the earth is given to him, there's got to be somebody to give it.
Right.
So he ain't in control of nothing that the Lord don't allow him to be in control of. Hey, get that one in Deuteronomy 32. Let's read 26 and 26 through 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 26. I said, I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
That's the Lord punishing us. Okay, He scattered us. He's made the remembrance of us to cease because we're now called what? African Americans and Jamaicans and Haitians and Puerto Ricans. But go ahead.
Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high.
Wait a minute. What should they say? This is that pride. Right. What should they say?
Our hand is high. And the Lord had not done all this.
It wasn't the Lord that was angry at his people that put them in this position. It's because of our power.
Right.
Damn. Read verse 28.
Verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them.
So you Christians need to examine yourselves while you going to Joel Osteen and your pastors that learn at the cemetery schools to get understanding of God, because God said there's what?
There is no understanding in them.
They don't have no understanding.
Nope.
Not of things pertaining to the Lord.
That's right. All praises.
All praises. All praises. I think we can go there now. Let's get that first article.
Press play.
That video has now been shared on social media hundreds of times just in the past few hours. And as investigators here in Chicago work to get more information on exactly what happened, the woman's legal team telling ABC 7 tonight she's absolutely traumatized. Right now, the Civilian Office of Police Accountability investigating this now viral video. In this cell phone video recorded early Saturday morning at North Avenue Beach, you can hear a woman screaming for help as she struggles with a CPD officer. That woman's attorney saying the altercation began after the officer you see here asked the woman to leave the beach because it was closed. Following that order, there was an altercation.
Pause. Hold on. Go back. Now, this isn't to justify. Go back a little bit on that video. This isn't to justify. Stop right there. Yeah, listen. Now, he gives her an order. And I'm going to tell you, something's wrong with the black woman. Because now the black woman feels like she can treat everybody like she treat the black man.
She's strong, independent. Yeah.
Hey, can you send that picture? You got to send that picture to him. Of the strong black woman. Because look, hey, you got to post this picture because this is what was in her mind while the cop was talking to her.
I want to see the picture.
Yeah, we can show you the picture.
Yeah.
We gonna show you what was in her mind. You know how sometimes you think you are bigger than what you are, or you ever been when you was young, and your parents say your eyes is bigger than your stomach.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In her mind, this is her. Hey, y'all gotta post that picture. In her mind, so she's just gonna go through her phone and keep texting like, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh man.
When you are strong, independent.
Yeah, let's see that.
Hey, that's the type of sister you want to prove, right, bro?
Nah, I was about to say that to you.
Oh my God.
Nah, you crazy.
That's out of control, yo.
She was like, I'll leave the beach when I want to. All right, go back. Oh my goodness.
But like you're saying, the black woman fails to realize who her enemy is. Unfortunately, she used the
you
black
gotta say
man
that
as
again.
The black woman fails to realize who the enemy is.
Yeah, she thinks it's us.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's the black man, so-called black man.
Right.
She thinks it's Tyrone.
Bring it out.
But she's sisters. I pray this is y'all wake-up call. Hey. Go ahead and play it.
Following that order, there was an altercation.
For some reason, this officer decided to specifically interact and then ultimately address and attack Ms. Brown.
An attorney for the woman identified her as Nikita Brown, her lawyer calling this a brutal and unprovoked attack, saying the woman was leaving the beach when the officer put his hands on her.
She was always walking out of the park.
Chicago police responding in a tweet saying they are aware of this video and are working with
Hey,
the
pause.
Citizens Office of Police.
Look, I'm not justifying the white cop putting his hands on her, right? Not justifying that. But when he's what's this? If you like, hey, come on, like with the kids, come on, let's go. And she's still talking.
Officer, that's exactly what you see in the video. She's walking backwards and back talking to the officer.
Right.
I mean,
just leave.
If I'm at the beach and the cops is like, hey, yo, you got to leave right now. There's no side conversations. I don't got nothing else to say. I'm out of there. Why? Because that man is packing a pistol on him. And at any point in time, it could have been worse than that. It could have been.
You
him
don't have the
shooting
muscle
her.
she has.
Hey, Aussie.
Yo, that's crazy.
A lot of them women that be doing that, those be the educated black women.
Hey,
you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
All right, well, you gonna defend yourself in the courtroom.
And we're not saying that's we condoning that or that's good for her or whatever. We just saying that could have easily been prevented.
No, and I'm gonna tell you what's sad about it is Sandra Bland, right?
Yeah.
She should have never died for a traffic stop. But we've seen the videos and what the sister did, and again, not justifying the action that was used on her, but the sister just couldn't be quiet. She couldn't control her spirit.
Right.
She couldn't contain herself.
It's like you said, officer, a lot of our women, they don't realize that these people are our enemies.
Right.
And that's the root of it all. They're at ease. They're careless. They think it's all good. They don't think they're being
something there.
they don't think they're being oppressed, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you can go to Matthew chapter 5 real quick. Matthew chapter 5. Because Christ, right? You talk about how the black woman deals with the black man. Obviously, this is an example we go teach about, we call it again, the Willie Lynch. You destroy the image of the black man, because that's why it's important to teach Christ is black, because then it registers, wait a second. If Christ, the Savior, is black, that means the black man, wait a second, he's the Savior, right? Now, hear what the black man, Christ, said as advice dealing with these kind of situations. Matthew 5 and verse 25.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly.
No, you should take forever.
Quickly.
Quickly. The first problem is she don't realize that is her enemy, her adversary, right? Now, he's the law. He came there. And yes, we understand that Esau's pride, feel like he can control an area. But here's the thing, though. He has a weapon on his side.
Yeah.
Right.
And he has a taser, but we don't get the taser. We get bullets, right? Read.
Whilst thou art in the way with them.
You're in
with
the
him.
way. There's signs posted on the beach that tell you the beach is closed. And I know we've been there before, a lot of us stroll, and we're like, well, because nothing don't happen, we figure it's cool. But now he's harassing you. The Lord said, yo, just agree with him, leave. But it says quickly, right? Read.
Least at any time, the adversary deliver thee to the judge.
He gonna deliver to the judge. Now, the way black people and brown people get delivered to the judge is not the nicest way.
No.
As I'm quite sure the video is gonna show. Usually it ends up with a knee on the neck, right? Arm behind your back. Especially as a sister, I've seen some arrests they do with them because they're not dressed modestly. They don't care what's hanging out, if you catch my drift. But the Bible says quickly, right? Read.
And the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison.
You get a trespass. You get a trespass. Because once you get that trespass, you know you can't go back out there.
Banned from the beach.
Banned from the beach because you want to do this. Like,
I know my rights.
Right. Just keep it pushing. Go home, call a girlfriend, argue, complain, whatever you got to do, but make it home. Make it home alive, right?
Right.
Yeah, officer.
Go ahead. Go ahead and back to the video.
Accountability on the matter. Copa says they're working with Brown's attorney.
We absolutely want a formal investigation. Our challenge is we need this officer identified so we can formally make a complaint.
Brown's lawyer says she called 911 when she made it back home. They say she told a CPD sergeant the altercation started while the officer was in his squad car. Brown says other people were walking out of the
Look, stop right there. Stop. Go back like about 5 seconds. Now, right there, she has a chance to leave without a physical altercation.
Yep.
Right there. And what did you say about dress modestly?
Not dress modestly.
And look, what she's doing. Look, leave. You got to leave the beach, right? No, I ain't going to call my boyfriend or I'm going to text her or whatever. The thing is that get that about the man that had the power to kill thee.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead and play the rest of that video.
She was targeted because of her race.
He got fed up with her.
Yeah.
Now, if you listen closely to those videos that we reviewed before this story, you can hear that Chicago police officer telling the woman that he's turning on his body-worn camera to record this incident. Copa will find out exactly what's on their video as well from the Chicago Police Department. And as soon as we get more information, we'll bring it to you. But as that video, Revy, continues to circulate, still a lot of unanswered questions.
Okay.
Hey, if you like
now, I'm not going to say race didn't have anything to do with it. But right there at that time, she had an opportunity to leave. Okay.
Right.
Now, once the hands was put on her, race may have become a thought in his mind because before we read that, get that in Deuteronomy 28:37, because this is what the Lord said would be one of the curses that would be upon us. Deuteronomy 28:37.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
An astonishment. You have to leave. Yep. The beach is closed or whatever the reason is, you got to go. Why aren't you leaving? Do you not see how big I am? Do you not see this gun on my waist? Do you not see this badge on my chest? Do you not know I have the power to remove you with force?
Right.
But we should become what?
An astonishment.
An astonishment. Because, can y'all put that picture up again? In her mind,
oh my God.
Yeah.
She's a strong, independent black woman. You will tell me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, read that scripture, man. We're going to go to commercial break.
You didn't just say what you just said.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Get the other one. We got that part.
All
yeah,
right.
about the.
What was that?
9:13.
The power to kill thee. Go ahead.
Right. The book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that had power to kill.
It said, keep thee far.
Yeah.
She was walking away.
Distance yourself.
Then, no, wait a minute. I got to take this call.
Right.
I got to make this text. The scripture said what?
Keep thee far from the man that had power to kill.
Why does he have power? Because the earth is given to him right now. Go ahead.
So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently.
Make no fault. Oh, it's time to leave? Okay. Yes, sir, officer. I'm out of here.
All right.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll return. So you tune in to the Lionz Den radio show, and we'll be back.
I was in the office. A lot of y'all know I used to work for NYPD. So I'm in the office, and there's a buddy of mine. I'll call him just for today. I'll call him Sergeant Jack. He's an E8 in the military. So he does private security. When he's at work, sometime when he's off, he does private security for various organizations. So one day he comes in the office, he says, Israel, he says, let's go out to lunch. I thought it was odd because usually everybody go out and get their lunch and come back. I said, I'm going to get my lunch later. He says, no, I need to talk to you now. It's just a little important. I told the deacons the story. So we go out, we get some food, we go in front of the bodega. And he says, I did security last night for some Jewish Defense League and people like that. He said they had a big meeting about the Israelites. I said, okay. He said, and they had all the game players on there. He said maybe 5 of y'all they were concentrating on. He said, but the focus was you brothers in purple and gold. I said, okay. He says, the rest of them, they talked about them, but they saw no real threat assessment. I said, well, no threat assessment. He says, no, but based on what they're saying, it looks like you're building an army. I said, well, this is a spiritual army. This is God's army. So he said, well, you guys are making them very, very nervous. He said, Jewish Defense League was there. He said a lot of who we call Amalek. He called Jewish people. He said, I'm just letting you know, Israel, be careful. He said, these people are relentless. They'll go to extremes to take you guys out. I said, all right, I hear you. And this is the time when we were traveling, hitting various countries after countries after countries. He says, you guys are the only group that's going international doing major things.
Identify themselves as black identity extremists, and what does that movement do?
Well, it'd be interesting to see the conclusions of that report. But I'm aware that there are groups that do have an extraordinary commitment to their racial identity, and some have transformed themselves even into violent activists.
Again, there were two shooters, a man and a woman. The man is a known member of a group called the Black Hebrew Israelite Movement. That group is known to be hostile.
He said, I'm just telling you, be careful. He said, they got their eyes on purple and gold.
recording. All right. Live.
All right, we back. Hey, and guess who came to join us? To my right?
Praises. All praises.
Stop it. Shalom, shalom. Most High in Christ bless family. Captain Tazawan checking in.
Shalom, Cap. Hey, Cap, how's your week been, Cap?
It's been a blessing, man. We here, we in the spirit. You know how it is. We don't die, we multiply. The Most High got our back, man. We got nothing to worry about.
Right.
That's right. That's right. So we back. And we still dealing with the black woman wake up call. All right. So we dealt with the first strong black woman. Right. That she didn't want to leave the beach.
Nope.
I don't know what was on the beach that was so important. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. This how you know she don't have a man. Cause that dog, if that was his dog, he would have attacked the cop. You know what I'm saying? Cause brothers be having mean dogs.
I was thinking about that.
Sister got that look. That dog was of no use.
No value.
No value. She got a dog of no value.
I got a mean dog myself.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Hey, you got a billy goat foot.
I had a 200-pound Rottweiler. That dog, my dog would have tore that damn cop up.
Hey, did you see the dog was running around trying to hide behind her?
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-oh. You know what that means?
Come on now, dog.
You said a single black woman, dude?
The single black woman.
The independent black woman.
The independent. Hey, can we get that picture one more time?
No, please.
For Cat.
We gonna die. She gonna die alone with a dog. Single black woman. We love our sisters. God. Whoa.
Lord have mercy.
Yo, Lord have mercy. Okay.
See Benji?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Come on, man. You know that's Judah all day.
What was that?
That's Judah all day.
Hey, let's get that next.
That looked like Respucia before the food. Goodness gracious.
Before the food.
All right, let's pull that up. No, is that the next one? Hold on, let me go there.
No.
No. I don't think that's the next one. Yeah. The one at the drive-through. Come on now. Police chief suspended. Yep, that's it. All right. There the video.
A police chief was in line at a drive-through. A black pregnant woman was in front of him. According to him, she's taking too long. So what does he do? What does the police chief do? He calls the damn police on the pregnant black woman trying to get medication in a drive-through for her child. I kid you not. Last week, it was decided that Homestead, Pennsylvania police chief Jeff Desimone be suspended for 3 days for his activity without pay following a viral video of him harassing a pregnant black woman. Her name is Kamala Stewart. They call her Kay. Here's the video.
Persons are not ready. I talked to them twice already. She refused.
She's on the phone right now and it is ready. Man, get out of here. I've been here for 15 minutes. She said it was gonna take 5 minutes. When he pulled behind me, yes. He's stressing me out because he thinks he's an officer and he could put his lights on and intimidate somebody. I was here waiting for my son's medicine. I've been here for 10, 15 minutes. The doctor said it would be ready. When I came here, she said it's gonna take about 5 minutes for them to shake his medicine. He needs his medicine. Then he gets behind me acting all ignorant, beeping his horn at me and stuff. Here's his medicine right here. It's not fair that you think you can come and rush somebody. You're not gonna come and rush me. That's just what drive-thru is for. All you had to do. I didn't have to do anything but stay black and die, sir. 2 cops, because this guy, who I think is a cop, called them to basically complain that I'm sitting here waiting for my prescription. Look at him. Look at him. The police officer wants to speak to you. She's right there.
are you gathering her prescriptions? Can you please expedite this? Thank you.
This is crazy. That's that privilege. Like you're using your authority. Yeah, they're expediting it. It's not my fault. Like she said, it was going to take 5 minutes. It's not my fault that it took 10, 15 minutes. If he's in a rush, he could have went in.
The damn police chief at a drive-through decides to call a gun. See, when you call the police, I want you to understand what you're doing. You're calling a gun into the situation. That's what you're doing. So he's in line. There's a black pregnant female, a black woman who's pregnant, getting medication for her child. She's in the drive-through 10 minutes or so. They're saying, hey, listen, 5 more minutes, we'll be able to have this to you. The establishment, they're not complaining. It's a drive-through. That's what it's for.
Hey,
it's for the
just
convenience.
I got to make this small point. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's why we tell our brothers and our sisters, man, stick to the scriptures in the Bible. The sister handled it the best way she could, but we got to realize and understand exactly the program that the Lord set up in these last days. It always gears us back to knowing who we are as a people, plain and simple. I'm going to read one scripture real quick. What I'm trying to say in general is we got to know who our enemy is and how to deal and dictate ourselves around the enemy. She handled it the best way she could, but we got to understand our enemy. Read this real quick. Give me Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm sorry. I'm going to read anyway. Because this is why you have these situations like Karen. Yeah. Karen, what's she trying to do? Like the brother just said, call a gun. Call a gun to fix the situation. That's what they do. Our people be out barbecuing, throwing the frisbee.
Right.
Outside with their kids, having a good time, throwing the ball. And all of a sudden, Karen come around and they want to stop the fun. They hate it when we have smiles on our face. Why are y'all smiling? Y'all niggas. Read this real quick. But look, hey, at the end of all that, I'm sorry. The Lord said it's temporary. Read that real quick. Verse 3, come on.
3 and 3?
Yes, sir. 2 and 3. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3.
The book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Read. Meaning our captivity, what we go through, the trials, Jacob's trouble. Come on.
But at the end it shall speak.
Read.
And not lie.
Read. Come on.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Though it tarry, the destruction that's going to come, though it tarry, wait for it. Read on. Because real quick, I'm sorry. Let's go to that in Wisdom of Solomon. I think it's chapter 9, verse 18. All right. When destruction comes, guess what? So-called black man, black woman, Latino man, Latino woman, Native American man, and Native American woman, the Israelite. Guess what happens after that? Your salvation. Is that what I want on that? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 18.
So the earth being reformed?
No, it talks about how their destruction is our
18:7.
Yeah, 18:7. My bad, brother. Y'all gonna have to bear with me, man.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 7.
There you go.
So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous.
So when we receive salvation, it's going to be the deliverance of the Israelite man, woman, and child. Read on, come on.
And the destruction of the enemies.
And the destruction of the enemies. So now let's go back to Habakkuk real quick, because it talked about an appointed time. Read on, come on.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3.
Read.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
Wait for it. Wait for the destruction of the enemy and the deliverance of thy people, the Israelites. Come on, read.
Because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Read on. Come on.
Behold.
Now let's see what we were going to deal with before that time of destruction comes. Read. Come on.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
The prideful heart of the so-called white man calling the gun.
Right.
But his sister, she just wanted medication for her son. The pride of his heart, what? Read on, come on.
But the just shall live by his faith.
Read that again, come on. Read verse 4 again, come on.
Verse 4, right. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not.
That's talking about the pride, the white privilege, the calling the gun, the Karens. That's all of them. They all have the same mind. The master and the mistress, they both have the same agenda against us. You got to understand your enemy in these last days. Read that part again. This sounds like music to my ears, because they will not prevail at the end of the day.
Right.
Read that again. Come on.
His soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
So you got to understand he don't have proper reasoning. Right. That's all I'm trying to say right now. They don't have proper reasoning. You got to understand you're talking to a nutcase in some cases.
Bring it out.
A damn donkey. Come on, read on. Let's go. Not all of them, but most of them. Come on, let's go. Come on.
But the just shall live by his faith.
And that's our, what's our faith? The destruction of the enemy and the deliverance of the righteous. That's our faith. Christ returning. That's it on that.
Hey, just to back you up, Cap, go back to that. Read that again in Deuteronomy 32:28.
All right.
It's what Captain's talking about. They crazy. Right? They crazy. And they prideful because of the privilege that they have right now because of our destruction.
What the Benjavites say, they say to the max. They crazy to the max.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them.
That's them. That is them. Because when you read above it, they think that it's because of their strength that they're in power right now, not that our God is angry with us. All right, let's go back to that video.
Of the individual to remain in the car while they get things together. This police chief utilized and violated his authority as a police chief to call a gun to the situation. He called the cops on this woman. So put up a picture of this beautiful couple. Put up a picture. That's Miss Stewart. Yeah. Owner of House of Soul Catering in Pittsburgh. This is a restaurant. I'm giving them a shout out on purpose. Okay? Good people there. Here's a summary of the council meeting that ended up suspending the police chief for misusing his power. According to NBC's WPXI, the local borough council suspended Desimone at a meeting on Thursday, August 19th. Several Black Homestead residents allegedly expressed to the council that this was not the first time the police chief has exhibited this behavior, many calling for him to resign.
Okay, that's all we need right there. So,
hey, Esau, you the goddamn devil.
Roy.
Right out.
So this man, this is his behavior. Like what Captain brought out, their soul is not upright in them. Right. This is a common behavior that he exhibits.
Absolutely. You know what's crazy is the fact that, and number one, they got respect to persons. Because during that whole ordeal, the officer never told the chief, calm down, get back in the car. You're being unprofessional. Right. None of that ever came out. He, as a matter of fact, because she's on the phone, it sounds like with the, what's that now? The, what do you call that? The pharmaceutical, pharmacy tech? Telling her, could you hurry it up? That's crazy. How you telling her to rush her job and you're not telling him to be professional? That's what it says on the car, right?
Right,
Cop car. Professional, to protect and serve.
Integrity.
Integrity. You don't know what integrity is.
You know what's crazy about that? When I used to work in the hospital system, they would have meetings every year and they would discuss why there's so many mistakes made. Yeah. Right. So you know the pharmaceutical company's extension of the hospital. Yeah. You start rushing a pharmacy tech, you might get the wrong medication.
Right.
You know, and then because you're trying to appease him, somebody could be harmed or even killed because a mistake was made. Now she's feeling intimidated and under pressure because there's an officer out there.
Right. And the officer, here's the thing, was it conflict resolution? Why didn't he tell the chief just go inside? So I understand where they're coming from.
He exercising his privilege.
Right. He literally came there and served the chief purpose. He's going into her, asking her what's up. She explained her situation, right? Meanwhile, the guy behind him is still ranting, cussing, screaming. If that was a black man, he'd have got shot, tased, locked up, or whatever else. Right. And never at one time told him, well, go inside.
Hey, you know what? Hey, pull that video back up because you bring out a good point. I want to go just get a still because our people, you said it earlier, Captain just said it, we do not recognize our true enemy.
Hey, police.
Right? Yeah, pull it up. I'll tell you to move forward. Wait a minute so we can see it. I want y'all to move forward to where you see the cop that's starting, that was parked behind him. The one in plain clothes, parked behind the sister. When he steps out from behind the car, would you see something? Stop right there. What's that visual? What's that visual? Who does he represent?
The white nation.
Even when he's off duty.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, we gotta go back to Habakkuk. It's gonna explain exactly that. You on fine. That brother good. Read Habakkuk 2 and 6 real quick.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 6.
How did America establish the so-called white privilege that they have today? Read that verse. Come on.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
That's when they received the righteous judgment from the Father for what they've done to the Israelite man, woman, and child. Come on. Shall they not take up this proverb? What is it? Read.
And a taunting proverb against him.
Come on.
And say, woe to him.
What did he do? Read.
Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
He increased this land, and it was not his. He took it from our Reubenite and Gadite brothers and sisters and said, this is America. This is my land. Read on. Let's go.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Read.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee?
Oh, okay. Listen. So now they're going to suffer this is a prophecy explaining how they're going to suffer the repercussions for the evils that they did slowly but surely. That's why we fighting a war with our hands. Plain and simple. That's what we doing. Right. The Most High going to fight our battles for us. All we got to do is keep these laws, baby. That's it.
Got something? I see you over there, Lahad. Go ahead. Lahad, buddy, what you got?
Nah. I like that. I like that thing. That's what you saw. I was like, okay.
Hey.
Back to the same.
Hey, he wanted to take her spot in line, man. That's the nature of Esau, yo.
Right.
Yeah. That's messed up. They gave him a 3-day suspension. That what is that?
Hey,
that's nothing.
They'll give him a bonus check to go, right?
Hey, you know,
GoFundMe.
Hey, also, dude, now that you mention that, like you brought out the Matthews 5 about agree with thine adversary quickly. That could happen at any point in time. They in a drive-through line.
Yeah. Right.
How many of us go to get fast food? How many of us go pick up medicine? That can happen to anybody. But you see the spirit on that sister. Even though she was in the right, a lot of our people would be like, F you, you ain't you. But what if he had a gun on him? You know what I'm saying?
He had a gun.
He had a gun.
Don't think he ain't had no gun.
Like, that's how they move. Like you were saying, Cap, we got to know how to move. If that's we reading about how they are. Look, I'm going to roll my windows up and I'm going to just wait. If he going to call the police, all right, look, I'm waiting. Like when he got there, what'd he do? He called the lady. He said, hey, can you expedite this process? All right, cool.
Hey, yeah, because he didn't want to be in trouble with his boss.
Right.
And then do something that's out of line to the woman. Yeah, what can he do?
Yeah.
Hey, show that again. Get that Deuteronomy 28:49. We got to show our people who their real enemy is.
Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy 28:49. Put that image back up. Need the people to see the image.
You ready?
While we read the script. Yeah, let's read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. Mm-hmm. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Hey, look at the stars and stripes representing what? The eagle. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Uh-huh.
A nation of fierce countenance.
Of what?
Of fierce countenance.
Go ahead.
Which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Hey. They don't care.
No. Hey, can I land back off you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, real quick. They didn't even care about the little sick baby. They didn't even care about the sick baby.
Nah, son. Don't care about that. They didn't
give no regard to the person of old or young.
Right. Hey, I'm sorry. Go to Leviticus 26:17. Hey, but even if I was about to say, I thought he was going to keep reading Deuteronomy 28. He tell you, hey, he hate young and old.
Yeah.
Just alike. Yeah. He only respect his own persons, as we've seen in the video.
He don't care about the mother.
Nope.
He don't care about the little sick baby.
Nope.
It said she was pregnant too. So,
hey, Offset, if he actually cared about our offspring, we would start killing them.
Yeah.
Should have dropped message on that one, bro. Where you at?
Message? Hey, that's all right. Wait till the next article.
All right. Read that real quick.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
Uh-huh.
They that hate you.
They that what?
They that hate you shall reign over you.
That's who's ruling over us. Yeah. Like the officer brought out, the shirt is the part of his pride. He's advertising, I'm ruling over you. He is the chief of police for your county community that you live in.
Right.
That's who you got to depend on when you want to call 911. Hell, that's what the strong black woman got to depend on when she want to argue with the black man in the house. The person that hates you. Read.
And ye shall flee when none pursue you.
And ye shall flee when none pursue you. So now you got this enemy ruling over you, right? Go to Habakkuk 1 and 9. Go back to.
Hold on. Before you go anywhere, jump down to verse 23. Yeah.
Verse 23. And if ye will not be reformed by me,
if you will what?
Not be reformed by me,
go ahead.
By these things, but will walk contrary unto me.
Go ahead.
Then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins.
Let's see how he gonna do it.
Verse 25. And I will bring a sword upon you.
Bring what?
A sword upon you.
That was the off-duty officer right there. That was the sheriff. Okay, when you read in Psalms. That sword, and you read it in Romans. He don't carry that thing in vain.
Right.
Listen, the Lord showed mercy by him calling backup and not taking it in his own hands.
Bring it out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So you got the Lord's sword reigning over you, right? And this man hates you, hates your kid. He don't even care about your kid getting no medication. He don't care about none of that, right? Go to Habakkuk 1 and 4 now. So now this man reigning over you, we know him as the law. Read that.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 4. Therefore, the law is slack.
The law is what?
The law is slack.
At no time did he correct that man. Because you have a man being belligerent against a woman, right? A weaker opponent, if you will. And his conflict resolution was, hey, hurry it up, you got to go.
But officer, if we 3/5 of a man,
right?
What does that make her? Damn.
It's like 1/8.
Nothing.
This is America. Hey, you said it right there. Nothing.
Nothing.
A wench at best.
Dang.
I'm sorry to say it to y'all sisters, but y'all
Well,
gotta
in his
realize-
eyes.
Well, yeah, in his eyes.
Hey,
that's true.
Look at what we see on TV. Right? Even when she's put in any of power of authority,
right?
He comes and sleeps with her.
Damn. That is true.
So, anyway.
That's a lot right there. Hope it didn't fly over nobody's head.
Y'all ready to go to the next?
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Brothers got quiet right there.
Bring it out.
All right, let's pull up that next article.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Oh, no. Look, and this is what our women get caught
Come
up
on,
into.
man.
My body, my choice. Now, you see who's in that picture, right? Show the picture.
It's the true representative.
Right? The big mouth white woman.
She passed her days anyway. What the hell she talking about?
Right. Ain't nobody even trying to. Hey,
the hell is this?
Cap, that's a very.
This
that's
is
very
subliminal.
observant.
Listen, that's subliminal right there. That's to get you so-called black sisters out here on the street talking about, nah, I need to go ahead and dump this one in the toilet. That's all that is, man. It's propaganda.
Hey,
her egg dried up years ago.
Hey, even though they know they ain't having no kids, they still for the cause.
Dusty. Let me stop.
Yeah, she
Let me stop.
Oh, man.
Crusty
This
damn
guy
Dusty.
cobwebs.
Dang. The haunted house. I'm sorry. My bad. It's crazy. They know how to
open that matrix. It'll probably squeak like an old door.
Hey, this is what this is. I'm sorry. You got to get a scripture on it. That thy words may be justified in all thy sayings. You know. Second Ezra real quick. Or First Ezra about popular persuasions and secret plots.
Yeah. Let's get
Old white
Yeah.
Bring it out.
Squeaky
Remember,
door.
we still living in those times of feminism. All right. And me and some of the captains was talking during what was that the men's conference that we just had, and we was like, everything that women do when they try to be what they call feminists, it always resemble the man. Think about it. The woman that tries to act like the man, play the man role, but they call themselves so feminist or separate from the man. They always, in every aspect of them being rebellious, try to represent the image of the man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Your name is woman.
Right.
What makes you think you're going to separate from the purpose that God gave you, which is to procreate? Right. Period. You ain't going to escape it. But this is what this is. Read that real quick if you got it.
The book of 1 Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 73. And by their secret plots and popular persuasion.
That's these secret plots. Oh, yeah, you got right, sister. You can do what you want to do. You above the black man with your body. PhD, your MBA, and all that kind of stuff. Like the education that I gave you. That's Satan talking to the sisters like, ye shall not surely die. Read on, come on.
And commotions. They hindered the finishing of the building.
And all of that hindering the finish of the building. Listen what we're trying to do. We're trying to build the nation with righteous numbers. But they tell you, sisters, that's why it's, I'm sorry, I'm ranting right now, but that's why it's crazy when you have a father and a mother married in a couple, and you ask them, how many kids y'all have? 10, 13. It's an anomaly. Back in our ancient times, that was a blessing. That was a blessing, according to the scriptures. Now it's like, you got how many kids? Oh my God. Keep reading, come on.
Hindered the finishing of the building.
Right.
All the time that King Cyrus lived. So they were hindered from building for the space of 2 years.
Right, and that's all this news does. It hinders the growth of a righteous nation, a righteous people. They love it when there's less of us. Hate it when there's more. Period. All right. We can
you know what's crazy about that, Cap, is that though when I was growing up, they had the Waltons, they had a gang of damn kids, right? They had a show called 8 is Enough. All right. You had the Brady Bunch. The point is that they always showed Esau in a large family structure.
Right. In a positive light as well.
In a positive light. But for us, like you said, that's an anomaly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an astonishment. You got how many kids? Because the numbers, the fight is set against us. Right. That's how they want it. Go ahead.
Right.
But you look on the box of the, when they got to check their sperm count, them tests, they got Edomites on the front of them tests. We ain't got that problem.
Right. Hey, you know what's crazy about that? Remember the shooting down there in New Zealand when the white boy went in there and shot up the mosque, right? One of the things that was in his manifestos, he was mad because his people are not producing as fast as the brown nations.
Dang. Message.
Right.
All right, let's go back. And check out the article.
Come on, Yuri. You look like you got something to say, man. Bring that thing out, brother.
Not yet,
Come on, Levi.
Not yet.
Okay. You got to probably send a goat up or something.
I got something for this topic, though.
Go ahead.
Is at the top.
Yeah.
Women who got abortions in the final hours before Texas issued a 6-week ban said they were in a race against time.
Damn, they was in a hurry to kill them babies.
Bruh.
That sounds like some witchcraft. We got to do the spell quickly.
Yeah.
That sounds like some witchcraft to me.
Bruh.
What's that?
Patients desperate for abortion scrambled to...
Hold on.
Scramble.
Wait. Patients what?
Desperate for abortions.
Go ahead.
Scrambled to book appointments this week before Texas' new abortion ban took effect.
Do you realize what you're reading?
Bruh.
Premeditated murder. That's premeditated murder. Go ahead.
The law known as SB 8 prohibits abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected, with no exception for rape or incest.
We're going to deal with that part in a minute, the rape or incest. Go ahead.
But most people do not yet know they're pregnant around that 6-week mark. So the law effectively bans most abortions unless there's a medical emergency. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed SB 8 on May 19th, and it went into effect on September 1st. As that date approached, Texans who were already pregnant and seeking abortions had a minute window to get them done. It was a race against time for me, Hope Hanslick, 21, told reporter Carolyn Kitchener for the Lily. Hanslick said she called to schedule an abortion at Houston Women's Clinic on August 23rd, knowing that SB 8 could take effect soon. She booked an appointment for the following Monday and drove 3 hours to the clinic with a friend. When she finally got to the clinic, less than 48 hours before the ban was implemented, Hanslick felt relieved. She told the Lily, "I'm not ready to have a child."
Stop. I'm not ready to have a child. That ain't got nothing to do with rape or incest, because the first thing, especially our black women saying, what about rape?
Right.
What about rape?
Right.
What about being a whore?
Yeah.
For real. That's more rapid than the race.
She drove 3 hours, yo, all the way down there to kill that baby.
Why is to do evil?
Yeah.
Just to be a whoremonger again. A whore again.
And they
That's what
act
the scriptures
like you say, officer, they throw out the rape thing first. If they didn't dress like that, if they went out here twerking, if they went out here,
Hey, we ain't even gonna go there, because let's say it don't matter. Let's just say that. I wanna paint the picture that it's still BS. It's still a BS argument. We're gonna see. Go ahead back.
other women shared similar experiences. Another woman, a 20-year-old sex worker and employee at a Texas donut shop, got an abortion on Tuesday. In the final hours of Texans having access to abortion for up to 20 weeks. Scroll up. The woman who used, what's that?
The pseudonym.
Pseudonym, Jen, because she feared reprisal from anti-abortion activists, told Jezebel that she was sick with worry that she would have to continue an unwanted pregnancy because of SB8. Jen says she learned she was 8 weeks pregnant the week before the ban took effect. Ever since I was a teenager, I then, especially when I started doing sex work, I knew that if I got pregnant, I would get an abortion. Jen told Jezebel, the reporter.
So she's using, and a lot of our women do this, using abortion as birth control. Now scroll down, just scroll down. I want to find the one. Hold on, slow down.
The clinic.
Go down. Keep scrolling down. Scroll down some more. Keep going. Is that it on there? That was something else.
Might have to refresh.
They skipped and go up. It said the clinic right there. The clinic, they skipped that part. Oh no.
No, I didn't want to. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right, come out of there. Go to I got two pictures side by side. Go to those. So the sex worker, she said she would use basically an abortion for birth control, right? So the rape and incest, right? Let's go there. Blow that up. Yeah, let's blow that up.
All right.
I just want to read the first two paragraphs.
Nearly 80% of Americans believe abortion should be legal in the first trimester in cases of rape or incest.
So again, we're making that argument for rape or incest, right? Go ahead.
A coalition of anti-abortion groups led by Students for Life of America released a letter this week urging GOP leaders to reconsider their position on exceptions. Kristen Hawkins, president of Students for Life, said she would prefer to see abortion laws passed without exceptions, though they aren't a deal breaker.
Okay, now she would rather see abortion laws passed without exceptions. Now, let's go to the next one. Go to the next one. It was right next to it. Now, this is USA Today. Let's see what they document.
Just 1% of women obtain an abortion because they became pregnant through rape, and less than 1.5% do so because of incest.
So, why are we even having that debate?
Right.
99% of y'all is getting abortions for being hoes.
Right.
Okay. Less than 1% of the abortions are done because of rape or incest. But you know what? When we had this discussion, when it comes out on platforms like Clubhouse, every single woman ever had an abortion was because she got raped.
You gotta ask that person, did you get raped? Whether did it happen to you?
You know, it's funny, he talks about exceptions, right? How come there's no exception to her statement as far as that is premeditated murder?
Exactly.
Straight up. That's like murder
That's true.
one.
That's true.
I'm gonna willfully abort all life because I want to continue inside that particular profession. And how come those women don't talk up against those things? Because case in point, God forbid you was a sister that got raped, right? We know the Bible doesn't justify you killing a life.
Not at all.
But how is it you don't talk against that kind of woman? Because she's using that as a crutch to continue to murder innocent life.
Double homicide.
Right. Because like I said, in a court of law, I know if they could prove premeditated murder, you get put to death for that thing. That's murder one. So I don't understand how they're not talking against her, how she's trying to use the law inappropriately, if you will.
Bring it out.
It's crazy because when you say pregnant, that means there's life there. So you are taking life. She's pregnant. Oh, why are you getting an abortion? Because I'm pregnant. Okay, so you're killing a life now. It's crazy. Murder.
Hey, get Ecclesiastes. Bring it out. You on fire there, Cap. Get Ecclesiastes. You got something?
No, I'm just going to comment and say, how much more premeditated can it be when she said, I knew ever since I was a teenager, before she even started having sex, she knew that if she was going to get pregnant, she would have an abortion. That's what she was quoted saying.
Premeditated.
Yes.
Dang.
Very definition of
age.
premeditated. Hey, get Ecclesiastes 11:5, and then I need somebody to get 2nd Ezra. We got to hit on this a little bit because
Bring it out.
was the 19 billion something like that since the 70s of our babies have been aborted by the black woman. So we got to hit on this topic here.
Damn.
Read that.
11 and 5.
Yep.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 5.
Hey, real quick, I just kind of want to make a smooth disclaimer. What we're trying to explain is that God is against death when it comes to the lives that he created. God gave life, period. In the beginning, the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. He ordained men to procreate, period.
That's right.
When you alter that and murder before the birth comes, it's sin according to the Bible. Go ahead on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it out in the script. You're right. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Cap. Read that script.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 5.
Good.
And thou knowest not what is in the way of the spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. Even so, thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all.
So they talking about when the heartbeat begins, right? The Lord is saying you don't know about my creation. You don't know how my creation is created. Right. Go to 2nd Maccabees. 2nd Maccabees 7 and 27. Y'all jump in if y'all got any, because
bring it out.
We're gonna hit this thing a little bit.
2nd Maccabees chapter 7 verse 27. But she bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language on this manner. O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education.
She said she bare him 9 months. Right? That's the period of pregnancy, right?
Right.
She didn't say 8 months or 7 months in 2 weeks.
Right.
9 months. Like when I was when I conceived. Matter of fact, get that in Leviticus 15. When she conceived seed,
bring it out.
The baby begins to grow.
I was going to tell you, read verse 22.
All right, jump up to verse 22 for you on it.
2nd Maccabees.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll praise you.
2nd Maccabees chapter 7 verse 22.
That leads to the other script, but go ahead.
I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath or life, neither neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you.
That goes back to what we read. That We don't know how the bones grow and the fingers and the toes and all of that. Hey, hold on. Hey, that was an excellent observation. I almost missed that there. What was that? Second Ezra. You got something, Cap?
Yeah, I did. But go ahead. Y'all know what that one is in Ezekiel when I talked about. Yeah, let me get that one. I'm gonna get this one right quick. Give me Wisdom of Solomon. I'm just touch it real quick.
No.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14.
Getting this,
if I may. Chapter 14. Read verse 12. Let's see what this all boils down to.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 12.
Come on.
For the devising of idols.
Of what?
Of idols.
Read.
Was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
Okay, come on.
And the invention of them, the corruption of life.
So let's see certain things that would happen in the corruption of life, in the life of sin, the life of darkness, life of uncleanness, of being defiled, murder. A lot of the lies that our people ignorantly live today. Jump to verse 26. What would be the characteristics of those?
Verse 26.
23. Come on.
23.
Right. Come on.
For while as they slew their children in sacrifices.
Read that again.
For while as they slew their children in sacrifices.
I seen a post once. The sister said, as long as God keeps giving me babies, I'm going to continue to abort them.
Wow.
I seen some evil like that. That's the evil. And there was a sister that posted
She said sending them back.
Oh, there you go. That's what it was.
Wow.
Evil as hell. It says, as long as
back.
God keep giving me babies, I'm going to keep on sending them back. You see that evil? Read that part again. What does it all come down to? Come on, read.
For while as they slew their children in sacrifices.
In sacrifices of other gods, because your enemy that allows you to murder, they take all of those dead bodies as sacrifices. So guess what we doing? We speaking for them souls.
Right.
We speaking for them right now, telling y'all that it's wrong.
Right.
That's right.
Read that again. Come on.
For while as they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies,
read on,
or made reviling of strange rites,
worships, idol worship, orgies, and all that kind of stuff. What comes from all of that when they party and revel and all that? Babies, abortions, the same lifestyle we're trying to urge our people to get out of. Keep reading. Come on.
They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
Read. Come on.
But either one slew another treacherously. Treacherously.
Read on, let's go.
Or grieved him by adultery.
Hey, that's it on that. But look, though, we got to understand, when you live in a lifestyle, this is the result of it. When you live in that lifestyle of reveling, partying, wanting to be a WHORE or a whoremonger, all right? When y'all want to live those lives, those lifestyles, you put yourselves in the parameter of judgment of the Most High God, period. You're going to receive it unless you repent.
Right.
That's it.
Hey, you know what the black woman, what they like to say? They like to say, oh, it's just a fetus. It's not even a human yet. But the Most High says otherwise. That thing is still a human. It's still alive. Let's get what the Most High says. Let's get Leviticus 17. Let's see what the Most High says about that fetus that you say that isn't even a human yet.
Y'all know Levi only used Levi books. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just letting y'all know. I peeped that. I peeped that up. Oh, man. I caught on to that.
I just want this first part. Chapter 17 and verse 14.
Leviticus chapter 17, verse 14. For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is for the life thereof.
The blood is the life thereof. So when that fetus is compacted inside the mother's womb, the Most High said that's life in there. So when sisters say, oh, it's just a fetus, it's not even human, the Most High saying otherwise. The Most High say that thing is alive in there, that baby's alive.
Absolutely.
That's a heavy point.
Hey, go to 2nd Ezra 8 and 8. Read down to 11. And then we got to bring out Jeremiah 1 and 5.
Yep.
I mean,
bring it
2nd Ezra 8.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 8. For when the body is fashioned now in the mother's womb, and thou gavest it members, thy creature is preserved in the fire and water. And 9 months doeth thy workmanship endure thy creature which is created in her.
So it's taken 9 months to fashion They talking about 6 weeks. No, that's part of that 9-month period.
Right.
How you gonna cut the work of the Lord short? Read.
But,
that's right.
But that which keepeth and is kept shall both be preserved. And when the time cometh, the womb preserved delivereth up the thing that grew in it.
Go ahead.
For thou hast commanded out of the parts of the body that is to say, out of the breast milk to be given, which is the fruit of the breast, that the thing which is fashioned may be nourished for a time.
So where is it being nourished? In the womb.
Right.
In the womb. Go ahead.
Till thou disposeth it to thy mercy.
When we are brought forth.
Right.
Into this wicked society.
Hey. All praises. Bible a true book, man.
Right.
Bible a true book.
Hey, you know what's crazy is you don't never hear about married women getting abortions. These are all women that's out there. They just jumping from one man to another. And really, that's part of the problem right there is with these women killing these babies is that they're not married.
Hold on, Ezekiel. Hold on, Ezekiel.
Bring it out.
Cap was just dealing with Ezekiel.
All right, I'll slow down.
Hey, I was just thinking like,
pump the brakes on it, because.
Hey, real quick. They just put a post in the group. Bring that up real quick. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is one of them posts right here. Our people are evil, man. They evil. Let them be how they are. Those that receive the message and repent, y'all repent of the lifestyle and this way of thinking. Put that up there real quick. Look at this nonsense. Read that real quick. The top one. If you can see it.
Damn.
All up there.
Yeah.
I knew God was toxic when me and him kept sending them babies back and forth.
Evil.
And she laughing.
Evil.
How is that even funny?
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something. Some of them sisters come up in here,
right,
looking to devour thirsty brothers.
There you go. On the
boom.
Should have been bombs. Ain't nobody going. No message or nothing for that.
Yeah, them brothers willfully go do it. And she had 619 likes.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I guarantee you, there's a lot of simping going on in them likes.
And it's some other. Hey, get that back to what Captain pulled out. Wisdom of Solomon 14. Read 26. 26.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 26. Disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kinds, disorder in marriages.
Some of that disorder in marriages is those women that do get abortions because they know good and well they ain't get pregnant by their husband.
Right.
Keeping that me and Mrs. Jones going on for 15 years.
I was about to tell you, Benjamin in the islands, we call it a jacket.
A jacket?
Yeah, she trying to give you another man's covering. Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Hey, ain't none of y'all gonna bring out Jeremiah 1?
I got it right here.
Okay, all right. Come on.
Sirach 26. The hoe that want to bring up another child under another. Man, that's bitter right there.
That's bitter.
That's crazy because our forefathers wrote that because it was happening.
Right.
Then
it was going on. That's why, I'm sorry, side note real quick. Everything that you read in the New Testament was a problem behind it, but it was a solution.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Everything you read about Paul, how to get the woman in order, how the man should take care of the marriage, etc. These are the books and the oracles of life to get people's lives right. When you go against that, you hate God and you hate your own life. My bad. Go ahead, man.
Bring it out.
That's why Paul was against simping.
Exactly. Hey, he was 100%.
You want Sirach 26? Or Jeremiah?
No. Go to Jeremiah.
The book
I want you to bring it out.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Was this for me? Well, I'll break it down. All praises. All right, so, yeah, somebody read it for me, man.
I got you.
All praises.
Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly.
So like Officer Yuri was bringing out in Leviticus, before that blood was compacted, before that thing was formed, the Most High said, I already ordained you a prophet. You didn't even know I was trying to use your body to bring forth more prophets. But look what the sister on Twitter said. They passing babies back and forth. Like, that's speaking in the Most High faith. Keep reading.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
He knew thee. Like, I got a child. Like, just imagine if that would have happened with Christ. She was like, I'm going to get an abortion.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Just imagine if he would have been like, yeah, I think that's, yeah. We ain't finna get caught up. Man, bruh, go ahead.
Hey, but hold on. You know why that's such a heavy point? Because remember, in the marriage chamber, sisters had to bring forth bloody sheets.
Yep.
That show you how far we've fallen.
Right. They hiding the sheets now.
Right.
That's funny. The abortion was actually a tactic by Herod to kill us, to kill Christ.
Right.
So she's representing the white man. She's talking about she's sending back to God. That's Satan's servant right there.
Right.
That's what that tweet was about.
Man. Did you finish that?
No, there's more. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations.
That's what our sisters is killing. They killing prophets.
Yep.
They killing the prophets. So the blood is on your hands, sis.
So again, that destroys that whole 6-week lie.
Right.
Of your enemies. All right. Let's go to the next. What we got next?
It should be.
Oh yeah, this is what Cat wanted to deal with, right? Yeah. Got this, Cat? They laid $1 short.
These 7 black men were executed for an alleged rape. Now they have been pardoned.
Yeah, real quick. Give me that one real quick. Let's see what's going on with this, because you read a lot about this. Where this happened at specifically? I was just skimming through it, really. But this happens a lot amongst our community. Wasn't there a show of this? Not a show, but a movie on this one?
Netflix.
Okay, this happened in Virginia. But there was another one, on Netflix. On Netflix, it happened in New York. But anyway.
The jogger.
Right.
Central Park.
This kind of stuff happens a lot amongst so-called black men. All right. Read that again, that title thing up there from the top. And then let me get, what is that real quick? Revelation chapter 12, verses 10.
These 7 black men were executed for an alleged rape. Now they have been pardoned.
Why would they be pardoned if they caused a crime? Because back then they used to accuse a lot of our brothers innocently just to wrap up a case.
Right.
All right. Like who died of these situations? We gonna bring things to remembrance. Emmett Till. Emmett Till, he died for no reason.
Right.
Young brother didn't even make the age to think about 21. Was murdered of a damn lie.
Right.
Read that verse real quick that I got for you. Let's see what goes on amongst the so-called black community in the hands of our enemy. Read that.
11 and what?
11 and 10. 12 and 11.
The book of
12 verses 10. Read
the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 10.
Right.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God.
Read that part again. That sounds so good.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven,
come on,
now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God.
Our God, the Israelites' God. Read, come on.
And the power of his Christ.
That's our glory, our power. Read on. Our light. Read.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
This right here, this is a prime example of a situation where we will have been accused by our brethren who? Edom, Idumea, Esau, EIE. I ain't gonna forget that. We used to bring that out like that. But anyway, Edom, the accuser of our brother, read on, come on.
Which accused them before our God.
Who is the them that's been accused before our God? How long? Read on.
Day and night.
Read that bottom part again. It says, which were what?
Which accused them before our God. Day and night.
What is that showing you? That God sees all of this action going on. And he has the perfect remedy. It's called destruction.
That's right.
Destruction for increasing a city onto you by killing your brother in his blood. Destruction for rape, robbing, and murdering us as a people. The Lord is watching all this. Go back to that what we had earlier in Habakkuk chapter 2. Read verse 1. I'm going to show y'all, man. The Most High told us, that's why we reading out of the books that the prophets gave us to rehash all of this evil in the last days. It's a prophecies, and we fulfilling these prophecies. I'm gonna be short because y'all know how I get. I start going down the
Bring it out.
Rabbit hole. But go back to that real quick. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I'm gonna be as concise as possible. Go ahead. Come on.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1.
Read.
I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
Read on, come on.
And what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Read.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Right? A future vision, a vision of the future plain upon tables. We read in those tables. These are the books, the archives of the scriptures. Read on. Let's go. Come on.
That he may run that readeth it.
That he may run that readeth it. That's what we're doing right now. We running to read to get the understanding thereof. Let's go. Come on.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
The vision of the future destruction and salvation of Israel is for an appointed time. We read this earlier. Come on.
But at the end it shall speak.
But look, that's when the Lord said, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. At the end, these are the end, the last days, truth shall speak. Right. That's why we speaking on a level in this volume, this tone, this frequency that we speaking at right now. Is because we revealing all that evil. This is that time of the end. Read that part again. But, come on.
But at the end, it shall speak.
Oh, come on.
And not lie.
What shall speak? The vision that the Lord told Habakkuk to write down. Read on, let's go.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Though it be a time from Habakkuk unto now, wait for it, Israel, because the fulfillment of this vision of the destruction of your enemy and deliverance of you is going to come to pass. The accuser of your brethren, God is watching it. That accuse us day and night, he's going to make sure that your judgment, their judgment is nice, pure, and concise. He said, they're going to receive double. Read that. Come on.
Because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
So it will not tarry. It will surely come. From that real quick. Go to that real quick. Second Thessalonians. And I'm going to end it on this note real quick. 2 Thessalonians. When it said that evil shall be revealed. That's what we're doing because that's what happens. They walk around like they, our enemies walk around like they all innocent. Like they mean well by us. But when you lift up the skirt and pull the curtain back and open up the closet, they got many bodies in that thing. Much evil against Israel.
3:7.
Yeah.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7.
Right.
For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work.
Why is iniquity a mystery? Because you don't even know that you have an enemy. You don't know. Us as a people, we don't even realize and understand we actually have an enemy before us that plots, that sets up secret agendas against us with a vaccine, with Planned Parenthood, with abortions, with same-sex marriages and all that. It's a plot to decrease the numbers of a people that's supposed to be of the sands of the sea.
That's right.
You think they like that when we growing in numbers? They didn't like it in Egypt. Why would they like it now? Read on, come on.
Only he who now let it will let.
Then he ain't no daggone boogeyman in the closet waiting for you to go to sleep, damn it. Right. All right? And then he is speaking of an enemy, a people, Esau, Edom. Read.
Until he be taken out of the way.
Until he be taken out of the way. Come on.
And then shall that wicked be revealed.
That wicked right now is that same mystery of iniquity. Because the best enemy that we could ever have is one that we don't know is our enemy. And that's what we're dealing with. Dang. When he give y'all brothers and sisters BET, sports. When he give y'all the right to be in politics. All right?
Right.
Come on.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
How shall the Lord consume Esau and his wicked agenda with the spirit of his mouth? You looking at it right now. Us brothers up here speaking. Brothers speaking the truth on the streets. The Lord is using his sons, the prophets, to reveal these lies. So go back to that in Revelations.
Bring it out.
My bad. I'm not trying to take it. I just want to make it.
Bring it out.
I'm Bishop Yawasami.
We going along with doing on the ride.
Go ahead. Yeah. Read that in Revelations.
12.
Yeah, 12
Revelations 12:10.
Right.
The book of Revelations, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Come on.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven,
Read.
Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God.
Come on. So deliverance is when there is a relief of a people that's been oppressed, raped, robbed, murdered. All right. Stolen from their land. Salvation. Read on, come on.
And the power of his Christ, for the accuser of our brethren.
That's who we wrote. That's who we read about. That man that did all these atrocities and evils to us, read on, come on.
Is cast down.
That same man that accused 7 black men that were executed, alleged of a rape, now they've been pardoned. Why have they been pardoned? Because nowadays they want to try to say sorry. I want to say sorry for the things that we've done.
Right.
This case was actually wrong. That's what they're doing nowadays. Come on, read.
Which accused them before our God day and night.
Y'all think y'all seen anything now? Just think about the evils when they start to reveal what really happened during the time of Martin Luther King, his murder, the plots, and all that kind of stuff that was set up to destroy that man, or Malcolm X, or Marcus Garvey, and all these men. Just let that information rise up and start leaking out. You thought you heard about riots before? It's gonna get crazier. That's it on that. We got to be advised exactly who the enemy is and who your people are. That we're trying to save you out of your sin. That's it on that. Let's read the rest of the article real quick so we can decipher this. My bad. Come on.
Nearly 70 years after their unjust executions, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam granted postmortems.
I got
you.
Yeah. Nearly 70 years after their unjust execution, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam granted posthumous pardons Tuesday to 7 black men known as the Martinsville 7, who were executed for the alleged rape of a white woman in 1951 in Martinsville, Virginia.
Y'all know why this happens a lot. The white woman was probably drunk at a bar. She came on to a brother or something like that. And then she got what he wanted. And all of a sudden you get stuck in a wrong situation and it unfolds like this. All right. Come on, keep going.
Northam granted the pardons after a meeting with the descendants of the Martinsville 7. He said the pardons do not address whether the men were guilty, but rather serve as recognition from the Commonwealth that they were tried without adequate due process. Now, I want to just say this right quick because I looked this stuff up. He said, this is the evil of Esau. I'm not going to, now leave that up so they can see. He said, the pardons do not address whether the men were guilty.
So they trying to say it's not. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
We going. I got another slide that's gonna show you what it means.
Okay.
A part of that being evil is because these men, they have children and grandchildren and great grandchildren.
They got a name.
That stain, that put a stain
right
on their family line right there.
Hey, get that in Proverbs 22 right quick. That's why I said Esau's the damn devil. 22:1.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold.
So that good name isn't having 15 syllables in your name. That good name is the reputation that you have in this life. All right, go ahead and put that back up. It says, this is about righting wrongs. Now, that's a direct contradiction because you're saying the pardons do not address whether the men were guilty, but this is about righting wrongs.
Right.
Then clear my name.
Right.
All right. Northam said in the news release, we all deserve a criminal justice system that is fair, equal, and gets it right. No matter.
Hold on. They saying they letting you know it was wrong.
Yeah.
90% of them, 99.9% of them cases that went on back then were wrong. They were fixed. Go ahead, my bad.
No matter who you are or what you look like. See, that's to put us to sleep. While we can't change the past, I hope today's actions brings them some small measure of peace. Because you know you black people only need small things, right? A history behind the Martinsville 7. And then I'm going to read this and we're going to play this quick video. 7 men were executed in February 1951 over the alleged rape of a white woman, Ruby Stroud Floyd, in 1949. They were Frank Harrison Jr., 18, Booker T. Milner, 19. Francis DeSales Grayson, 37. Howard Lee Hairston, 18. James Luther Hairston, 20, so they're brothers. Joe Henry Hampton, 19. And John Claiborne Taylor, 21. Floyd said 13 black men raped her on the evening of January 8th, 1949, as she passed through a predominantly black neighborhood.
Lies.
All right.
What a white woman doing over there?
Hey, but you know what? Niggas still bring Becky into the hood to this very day.
Right.
Pull up that next video. Pull up, yeah. This is like 2 minutes. This will show us 3 minutes. What y'all pay attention
Years
to what
after
they say.
7 black men were executed in Virginia for the rape of a white woman, Governor Ralph Northam has pardoned them posthumously. They're known as the Martinsville 7.
Hey,
Our
hold,
Jake Burns
pause,
spoke
pause.
to their
right
family.
quick. Hey, if you ever read of accounts of women being raped, that's a very, very brutal act, right?
Mm-hmm. It's murder. The Bible says it's
right,
murder.
it says it's murder. But what I'm going at is how you keep track of how many of them it was. At some point, when the body suffers enough trauma, it shuts down. It has its own defense mechanism. Like a lot of times people will say, at a certain point, I don't remember what else happened. I woke up in the hospital. I woke up this way. I woke up that way. She remembers exactly how many.
There you go, right there.
All right, go ahead. Play the
Damn, that's crazy. Hey, you.
Today about
That was a nugget right there. That's a gem. You right. Decoding the nonsense. How she was counting every single one.
Yeah. That's the third one. That's the fifth one. That's the ninth one. Come on, bro.
He looked like this. You know the lie behind that? It was, you see all those niggas, right? We don't know which one it was. We taking them all.
Right.
We taking them all. Oh, yeah, what you?
Hey, all black people look alike.
Yeah,
that's where that came from.
Right.
Exactly.
The light skin and the dark skin look the same.
Right.
Hey, go ahead.
about why bringing national exposure to this case is so important to them. Jake?
Well, most of you at home probably have not heard these names before. That's Frank Hairston Jr., Booker Milner, Francis DeSales Grayson, Howard Lee Hairston, James Luther Hairston, Joe Henry Hampton, and John Claiborne Taylor. For their families, this day is about those 7.
I couldn't help from crying when I seen my brother's face.
A scheduled rally for justice for the men, known as the Martinsville 7.
I cried about it. I prayed about it, that, you know, that the families will receive that closure. And today is history.
Morphed into a celebration.
They will say, like James Brown said, get on the good foot. Good God. Okay? We made it.
Back in 1951, these 7 black men from Martinsville, all put to death for the alleged rape of a white woman. The mass execution was the largest for rape in U.S. history, a sentencing first handed down by an all-white jury just 8 days after the incident.
These men were executed because they were black.
In a surprise to the families and advocates, Governor Northam signing posthumous pardons for the Martinsville 7, saying evidence shows they weren't given due process and their sentence was racially biased.
Thank you, Lord.
This reaction from James Grayson, the son of Francis DeSales Grayson, now pardoned 70 years after the state put him to death.
As we sit here in 2021 and think about, you know, what happened, the rapid trials, the trials by juries that were all white men, it was wrong. I think we all, again, as a society, need to work together to do right for the Commonwealth.
And I want you all to put this on the front page of a national newspaper. I want to see this on Oprah. I want to see this on MSNBC, CNN. I want the world to know about the Martinsville 7.
A moment of jubilance for 7 families who quickly point out the thousands of other black families
Hey, pause it
who
real
won't
quick.
feel
This stuff is evil, man. It's crazy. So you mean to tell me the evil of your forefathers, they can do the evil against our forefathers. You come just to give me a, what they call in the scriptures, Ecclesiastes 7:7, a gift that destroyeth the heart, to make it seem like we ain't all that bad. They give us they give a bone to a dog. That's all it is in their eyes.
Right.
Thinking that we ain't gonna remember. I got one scripture on this real quick. Just the mindset and the thought of that. Give me Joel chapter 3, verses 4 real quick. Let's see how the Most High esteems this kind of stuff. And I'll let you go ahead and say what you had to say, soldier. Read that verse real quick. Joel chapter 3, verse 4. That's why the Lord said, prepare slaughter for his children, so they do not rise up, because they all think alike. They all made one day. They're doing their agenda. We got to do ours, which is keep God's laws. Read that verse. Let's see how the Lord esteems when they try to pardon themselves. That's really what it is. Pardon themselves of the atrocity and evil of accusing that they've done against us. Read that.
Joel chapter 3, verse 4.
Come on.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Speaking of all this, is speaking of the African nations, the true African, the Sudanese, and what do you call it? Watusis and all that? Yeah, right. The true Hamites. Read on.
And all the coast of Philistine.
The Palestines. Come on. That's the Ishmaelites. Come on, read.
Will ye render me a recompense?
Come on.
And if you recompense me swiftly,
the recompense that they will try to do to God's people is give the children a dog and a bone. Give the dog a bone, or give us rights, or allow us to drink out of the same water fountain. Allow us to get the same education. Allow us to host their ESPNs and etc. All right. Read on, come on.
And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
The Lord said, you giving me a check for $1 million? I don't want it. I want judgment. I'm going to give you judgment. I'm going to turn it back on your own head. Keep your check, judgment coming. Plain and simple. I heard back in the day, Deacon Yawasop would say, I'm sorry, Bishop Yawasop, excuse me. Forgive me. He said, Esau's forefathers left them at the table with a check, and now they got to pay for it. That's exactly what we dealing with right now. Period. They got to pay the check.
Yeah.
Because we ain't doing it.
Right.
We getting the judgment. I mean, we getting a righteous salvation that we deserve for the evil that they've done. Go ahead. You had to say something earlier.
70 years ago. You know, when they was reading off the names, it's nothing different from what they had. Tamir Rice, Mike Brown, Sandra Bland. It's the same trick over and over. The damn bone ain't changed yet.
Bring it out. Hey,
it's the same bone. Like, you know, it's like sometimes, you know how you can fool a kid, right? Just give them, like I used to do this to my little brothers and their sisters. Give them a controller, and they think they playing, but it ain't even plugged up.
Right.
That's what they doing to our people. They think that they can just 70 years ago.
70 years.
That's a joke.
Hey, so take that down. Go to the next one where it has the actual definition.
Hey, Edom, we pulling your car. It's the time is over. All right. The days the day of the Lord is coming swiftly as a thief in the night.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, let's read that exoneration. That's the only part I want to read.
Exoneration.
Go back up. Is that the top? Okay, yeah. All right.
The paragraph?
Yeah.
Exoneration. A person has been exonerated if he or she was convicted of a crime and following a post conviction, zoom out.
Yeah,
following a post conviction re-examination of the eviction in the case.
Or the evidence.
And the evidence in the case was either one, declared to be factually innocent by a government official or agency with the authority to make the declaration.
Now remember, they said this doesn't mean they're innocent. Go ahead.
2, relieved of all the consequences of the criminal conviction by the government official or body with the authority to take that action. The official action may be a complete pardon by a government or other component authority.
So it says by a governor or other competent authority. Who was that gave him that pardon?
The judge.
The governor.
Right.
It was the governor. Go ahead.
Whether or not the pardon is designated as base or innocence.
Based on innocence.
Based on innocence. What's it?
An acquittal.
An acquittal of all charges factually related to the crime for which the person was originally convicted. The 3.
Or dismissal.
A dismissal of all charges related to the crime for which the person was originally convicted by a court or by a prosecutor with the authority to enter that dismissal. The pardon, acquittal, or dismissal must have been the result, at least in part, or evidence of innocence that either was not presented at the trial.
So now listen to this. It says that it must be the result, at least in part, of evidence of innocence. In part of evidence of innocence. He said, it ain't that we're not saying that they're innocent. You know what I'm saying? That either was not presented at the trial at which the person was convicted. They were always in a rush to judgment. They was always in a rush to judgment. So basically, Esau was saying, you know what? We know we did y'all wrong. We knew we screwed over. And that was just a little nugget to put us back to sleep.
Right.
That's all that was. Just a little nugget to put us back to sleep. And our people at that point will be like, we have some sort of salvation, or we gained some sort of victory. No, you didn't gain no victory. They're still dead. They was young. You grew up without them.
And we're still victims.
And we're still victimized. Hey, so we gonna come back after commercial break. Y'all bring up that video. We're gonna show you a fire video out of DC. All right, let's bring that fire video out, and we'll be back. You've been tuned in to the Lionz Den Radio Show.
Check. Mute the mics.
Oh, so many mistakes I done made in my life. And these chains on my brain got me going insane. I got left cause I didn't know right. Don't do it for fortune and fame. For the Lord we enduring the pain. And I pray to the Father, he's showing us mercy. But you play with life like a game. But I blame myself for my downfalls. And I just been praying that you see the light whenever I'm around you. I hope that it's bright and shines in the night. I hope that you find yours. Focus and don't let your crown fall. Put my trust in the Lord throughout all. Lord's willing, I'm found without flaw. Understanding. Anybody out there, I am stranded. And I'm damaged. Anybody out there, I am stranded. And I need help. So I lean on the scriptures and seek out the kingdom, the spiritual wealth. And nobody knows me the way that I know me, I'm working on self. That sinning is bad for my health. Thank the Lord that I'm part of the 12. Take a look at how far we have fell.
I like how we abandoned everything the Father done, can't understand it. How far we fallen, the way we landed. I'm praying that they let me go, I'm out here stranded. Like, cause the crazy things we do. Meditate on things that change my mood. Take it day by day, he's coming soon. Every day, gotta survive, I could die today. Not on my mind, gotta meditate. But I'll be fine if I find a way. Cause I've been trying to get better, switch up my options. To get far away from where I've been. And jump to the end, I ain't stopping. Out here it's too cold. I'm stranded, I'm all alone. I don't know anywhere else I could go. Cause I like how we abandoned everything the Father done, can't understand it. How far we fallen, the way we landed. I'm praying that they let me go, I'm out here stranded. Like, cause the crazy things we do. Meditate on things that change my mood. Take it day by day, he's coming soon. Lord, forgive me for the things that I do. Stuck feeling stranded without no vision of you. Where would I be without you? Don't find no ease without you. I've been deceived without you. It's all on me to find you. Go ahead with them trials, now I gotta face it. Seeing come through on a regular basis. Different color, all them different than faces. Everything trying to take away my greatness. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Yeah. Can you tell them like how we abandoned everything the Father done, can't understand it. How far we fallen, the way we landed. I'm praying that they let me go, I'm out here stranded. Like, cause the crazy things we do. Meditate on things that change my mood. Take it day by day, he's coming soon.
Come on, man. Give Levi, let Levi get a shine. Come on.
We already base right now, man.
Damn, for real.
No way to go but up. You right, man. Give them that shot.
Damn. Oh, man. All praise to the Most High. So, hey, we're going you can pull up that next article. So, like a while ago, we was just going over the Martinsville 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Years after them being killed for a crime which Esau is basically saying they have no proof that they committed, right? Showing you another example of throughout history, like we was bringing out with not Tamir Rice. What's his name again? Young man.
Like James Brown?
Mike
James
Brown?
my bad. Mike
Tamir Rice?
Back in the day.
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till.
Oh, okay,
Emmett
got
Till.
you.
Showing you a history of these things go on where righteous judgment does not go forth, right? They're quick to judgment out of the hatred they have for our people, right? So pull us up real quick. Read that.
Curtis Flowers files lawsuit against prosecutor who tried him in court 6 times.
So this is crazy because I thought once you get tried and you get exonerated, that's it. To my knowledge, I believe that's what called. You said it. You was like
double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy, right? But this brother, he said he had to file a lawsuit against a prosecutor who tried him in court 6 times.
Double jeopardy meaning they can't do that twice, right?
You can't do that.
Right.
You got a triple.
Especially if you not guilty. You can't go back on that.
Yeah, read that real quick. You can read it from the top right there. It says lawsuit.
The lawsuit alleges misconduct and racial discrimination on behalf of the Montgomery County Miss District Attorney Office, Mississippi District. No beard. File in this December 16, 2019 file photo, Curtis Flowers speaks with reporters as he exits the Winston Choctaw Regional Correctional Facility in Louisville, Mississippi. Flowers, freed after nearly 23 years in prison, is showing the district attorney who prosecuted him 6 times in the killing of 4 people at furniture store. Attorneys for Flowers filed the lawsuit Friday, September 3rd, 2021, seeking an unspecified amount of compensation.
Right. So it's saying that his lawyer had to go file a lawsuit behind this, right? Go ahead.
Curtis Flowers, a black Mississippi man who wrongfully spent 23 years for the murder of 4 people, is suing the prosecutor who tried him 6 times in court.
It said he spent 23 years. 23 years. You know, for a black man, that's a lifetime.
Yeah.
That's your whole, your prime is over, all that.
They was filing motions. That's what they was doing. 23 years in prison, in order for them to prolong a case, you got to file a motion. Right. That way, we got evidence, but we can't prove it yet. All right, they gonna file a motion. The judge said, okay.
And you know what? This follows motions, right? Because here's the thing: if he had money, he would have got bonded out, bailed out, whatever the case might be. They might even have remanded him. So that's another clever way. Because a lot of brothers that end up in the system, when they remand you, you got to fight that case from behind bars. So now you don't have the luxury of being home, being around your family, working, providing, or even getting the money to get good, proper legal attorney representation, right? You behind bars where you know what's going to happen when you locked up. You subject to commit another crime in there or have to defend yourself for your life and stay stuck in there. That's why they do that to you. They want to make sure that you never see the light of day.
Yeah, and that's crazy, officer. I know somebody who got arrested. Well, they got arrested and they tried to charge him. And the bond was $100,000, right?
Right.
The brother paid them. He had the money. The second time he got arrested, they said there is no bond.
Damn.
You going to jail. So if he would have fought that, they would have tried to give him the highest. I think he said it was like 6 years. They would have tried to give him 6 years, but he took 24 months because he was like, I'm not finna fight him because I know what they're trying to do.
He took what?
24 months.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to break you because ultimately they're trying to get you to cop out. That's what they're trying to. And when you cop out, you're basically saying, I'm guilty.
Right.
That's what you're also ultimately saying. But
Take
this
the
brother,
deal.
he fought it, right? Hey, real quick, you can go to Isaiah 42 and verse 22. Because we bring out these things to our people because I ain't never heard a white man, an Asian man. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cap. I've never heard another nation say they had to fight a case and waste 23 years of their life behind bars.
Never. That's crazy.
Read that real quick.
I ain't never heard nothing like
42:22.
Yeah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This brother is robbed, like you said, of his prime of his life. 23 years, no family, friends, all those kind of stuff. Life experiences he will never, ever have. Read.
They are all of them snared in holes.
They are trapped up in holes under the bing. Read.
And they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver it.
Now, some people have compassion.
And none deliver it.
Read.
For a spoil, and none saith, restore.
None saith, restore. Because even the last article, they try to exonerate them. Where's the money? Where's the restitution? Notice they didn't bring up none of that. There's no restitution to the family. You had men that was away from their wife and their kids. Somebody had to raise the children. And now their grandson is over there crying. Where's the funds? Because restitution restitution must be paid.
Right.
Right? Go back to the article
real quick. I just want to hit this little point. Go to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16 real quick. Because in this verse, it said, this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. I'm going to show you how the Lord groups up them being snared in holes, in prison houses, and robbed and spoiled. What did he call it next? He said, they are for a prey, meaning there has to be a predator.
Right.
That predator devours the prey like a lion in the safari. Not the damn jungle, because I ain't never seen a lion in the jungle. He's in a safari devouring the damn antelopes and whatever you want to call it. Whatever, the impalas and stuff, whatever. Don't be laughing at me, third world country. Never mind. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
He's an American Levi.
Yeah, oh, my bad. Y'all know nothing about lions. Hey, listen. There's a predator who are our enemies, and we're being devoured. Let's see how the Lord esteemed that devouring. I'm gonna tell you straight. I don't know what Bible the world is reading.
Bring it out.
But there's a criminal and there is a victim.
Right.
And that victim will obtain justice.
That's right.
Read that verse, bro. Come on.
Verse?
Jeremiah chapter. What verse?
Bring it out.
My bad. That's my fault. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Come on.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16.
Come on.
Therefore, all they that devour thee.
Why? Because we are we are set out for a prey. Even like our land, Israel. When you read in Ezekiel, I think it's 35, verse 4, I believe. I might be butchering that, but it says that they parted our land and set it out for a prey. Yeah. Because these nations devour and destroy our land.
Right.
From the coast to the middle of the land over there in Israel, they destroy it. They devour us and the land that we came from. Come on, read on.
All they that devour thee shall be devoured.
All they that devour thee, the Lord said they shall be devoured. Read on.
And all thine adversaries.
Hold on, read it again.
And all thine adversaries.
Every adversary of God. When you read in the book of Psalms, chapter, what is that? 83? 83? Verse 1 on down. Every adversary of God and adversary of God's people. Read, come on.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. This is not us saying it. This is the Lord out of the mouth of Jeremiah saying the judgment. And this is why they know they got to come and put that pressure on us as they do in these last days. This is why they got to kill us off. This is why they're jealous of. This is why they envy us. This is why they kill and rape, rob, and murder us. This is why they have perpetual hatred towards us, because they know their judgment. Read on. Let's go. Come on.
Shall go into captivity.
And that's the judgment. They shall go into captivity. What they've done to us, the Lord said, it's going to be a righteous thing when you do it to them. Read on. Let's go. Come on.
And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled.
And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled. Now, we're not going to get to this point without righteousness amongst ourselves. We're looking at the end of the vision. We're looking at the salvation of the nation and the destruction of our enemies. You won't receive or see this without righteousness, brothers and sisters, without proper marriages,
right?
Without loving your neighbor as you love yourself, without loving your wife, without knowing how to love your children. You get that guidance from the scriptures. Read on, come on.
And all that prey upon thee.
And look, there you go again. And all that preyed upon thee, because we were the prey, they are the predators. Read.
Will I give for a prey.
And they will be given for a prey, meaning it's going to be flipped on the other hand. Why? Because we're the ones, the predators are the adversaries in this verse right here. All right? That's who that is. Read on.
For I will restore health unto thee.
Unto Israel, come on.
And I will heal thee.
Why? Because heal thee with what? Come on.
Of thy wounds.
Of thy wounds with what? The word of God. God's word bring forth the healing. Come on, read.
Said the Lord. Because they called thee an outcast.
They called us an outcast as a people. They gave you the name of black, Hispanic, Salvadorian. They gave you the name of Cuban, of Mexican. They gave you those names. All right? But now this is the 11th hour. We living around the time of the 11th hour.
Right.
The Lord said he's going to crack this thing up to the 12th. Straight up. Come on, let's go.
Saying, this is Zion.
This is what?
This is Zion.
This is the people that you've accused. This is the people that you've had at derision. This is the people that I'm going to use to show my truth in. This is the people that I'm going to use to show true wisdom upon the planet. Read on.
Whom no man seeketh after.
Who no man seeketh after. Because they just don't know. Yeah. We come from common lives, but we got power in our mouth. We got power in our understandings. All right? That's it on that. That's it.
Go back to the article real quick.
Is that it?
Yeah, Associated Press.
The Associated Press report that on Friday, Flowers filed a lawsuit against Montgomery County District Attorney Doug Evans and the 3 investigators that worked with him. The suit alleges misconduct on behalf of Evans and the investigators, saying they ignored other potential suspects and pursued witnesses to fabricate claims about seeing Mr. Flowers, in particular locations on the day of the murders.
So them, as like we was going over earlier, these are the people that hate and despise us.
Yeah.
They went ahead and they pursued false witnesses. Cap, don't that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
all the time. That's what we just read. Right.
That's not, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't a black man die on a cross for because of false witnesses?
Right.
Hey, that's how we know the Bible's a true book. And throughout history, how many black men after black men?
Hey, right. What you're going into in the history, they accused Christ of being a daggone, in some cases, a glutton and a wine bibber.
Right.
They thought that he was talking about cannibalism.
Right.
They thought that he was saying he was a blasphemer by saying he was the son of God.
Yep.
They accused him of a lot of things, but it was all false.
Right.
Hey, officer, can I get the scripture?
Bring it out.
Zechariah 11:5. Because this reminds me of the one we just read before about the 7 brothers who was murdered. You know, how they just said all of them was guilty. The brothers said they didn't even allow him to bring forth his witnesses. Right. So you telling us that we wrong in judgment. That's what Esau's saying. You telling us we wrong. Read that.
Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slayed them.
Look, you see it. 70 years ago, they brought that to our remembrance that, hey, this brother was murdered. And then now we see that this brother was in jail for 23 years. That's crazy. They hold them. Read that.
Whose possessors slay them.
Man, they took that man life away from him. They slayed that dude spiritually. Read.
And hold themselves not guilty.
We don't care what you got to say, bro. We right. We not guilty in this judgment. That's what they said. Read.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Look at it. But y'all love the white man. That's how they treat our people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, get Exodus 23 real quick. Because you know what's crazy is that this government, this so-called God-fearing nation, they took our Bible and they try to say they're a Christian nation, right? And they try to base the laws. Well, they actually stole the laws out of our book, but they misuse it, misconduct all over the place, like he was saying, right? Exodus 23 and verse 7.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23,
verse 6.
Verse 6. Thou shalt not rest the judgment of thy poor in his cause.
Right. So you shouldn't be trying to pervert the judgment of the poor. The poor is talking about our people in his cause. The brother got a rational cause here. Where is the proof? How you just going to bring forth any old witness? And that only happens to our people. You can't do that to any other nation whatsoever. They wouldn't even dare fix their lip to do that. Read.
Keep thee far from a false matter. And the innocent and righteous slay thou not.
Read.
For I will not justify the wicked.
And like Cap went over scriptures earlier, he's not going to justify the wicked.
Right.
They will get a recompense on their own head for all these things they're doing. You got some, officer?
Go to verse 1. Because what's happening, what we just read over there is that the prosecutors, the one people in the whole situation that's supposed to be unbiased, they're persuading the witnesses to make a false report. But let's see the law on that.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
Because the terrible part about the whole situation that, it's a horrible thing that brother spent 23 years in prison for a crime that he didn't commit because it was false witnesses involved because of everything that happened. But then when you look at the whole situation, the murderer is still out there.
Right.
So they perverted the whole justice system right there. So all of those families, they never got justice. Their family members got killed and all of that. They ruined this man's life, and then they perverted the justice. And the killer never got caught.
Right. Absolutely.
So the Most High, he already told us.
Got the slow bomb for you.
Hey, they pardoned their brother after 23 years.
23 years, man.
So the Most High already told us how these people operate. These people are natural born liars.
Yep.
Get Psalms chapter 58. This is why our people have to read the Bible. If they knew this information, they would stay away from them. Nah, Becky over there, she's going to lie on me, and Biff is going to kill me. All right? Psalms chapter 58 and start at verse 3.
Double B.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked,
which we know is Esau, right?
Are estranged from the womb.
They're estranged. They're distant. They're emotionless, right? Read.
They go astray as soon as they be born. Speaking lies.
Speaking what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies. So their first lie. It's a lie. Everything they do and say is a lie.
That brother said, when? Lie. Go ahead.
Read.
Verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
Because it's gonna kill you. So when Becky says, they raped me, it's almost as if death was already sentenced on you. Read.
They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear.
Right. So whenever you say, no, I didn't do it, I'm innocent, they don't hear you. They're just, whatever, you're a nigga.
Right, that goes into what we said earlier about their heart. Their heart is not upright in them.
Right.
They don't know clear judgment. They don't know clear justice.
Read on.
Verse 5.
Karen.
Which will not hearken to the voice of the charmers. Charming never so wisely.
Right. They don't care what you have to say. They just want to accuse you, put you in that prison cell, and or worse, put you to death.
Right.
So when he was filing those appeals, they just had their ears stopped up.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, you can go back
Good
to the
scripture,
article.
good precept. All praise.
Hey, that brother was
Levi over there holding back.
That brother was suffering wrongfully for 23 years.
23 years. That's a long time in prison too, man. Dang. They probably gonna try to fight him to compensate him too. I mean, what number could you write on a check to somebody to toss away 23 years of their life in prison? But they probably gonna try to give him like just some pennies. Who knows?
500,000.
It's $500
breadcrumbs.
Yeah. But yeah, they need to break them off, man. That's terrible, man. That is terrible.
Yeah, you can pull it back, that article. Finish it off.
The article. Curtis Flowers never should have been charged. One of his attorneys, Rob McDuff of the Mississippi Center of Justice, said in a news release Friday, McDuff said the killings were clearly the work of professional criminals, and Flowers, who was 26 at the time, had no criminal record.
Right. So basically, there's no MO that fits him for the crime. Right. Go ahead.
The prosecution was tainted throughout by racial discrimination and repeated misconduct. McDuff said this lawsuit seeks accountability for that misconduct.
Right. So now he's trying to basically get some accountability for the misconduct. You can come out of that.
What year was that?
It said it was 2019. That's when he was in the picture. So basically, this is
20 years
somewhat
before
recent.
that.
Yeah, 20 years before that.
So 2000.
Yeah. 23 years.
98.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
As I said, that's a lifetime.
Crazy.
That's a lifetime, bro.
That wasn't 1950 something.
Nah.
That was just yesterday, man.
But everybody want to be equal, right?
But how many brothers you think that it happened to? He ain't the only one.
Nah. since the past 5 years, like, honestly, if you pay attention to it, every other week, there's a brother coming out from doing like 20, 30 football numbers.
Right.
And they just, most of it, they hide under the rug.
That's, back in the 80s, I was reading an article about the crack era. They was locking our people up for anything. A bag of weed to get you locked up. You starting to see some of these articles bringing to my remembrance now that a lot of these brothers got locked up for minor possessions, like misdemeanors. They got locked up for misdemeanors and was getting slammed over the head. And this brother got 23 years for nothing.
Hey, that's like the Khalif Brower thing. That brother got basically false identity or whatever, right? And spent years in there, then came home and he killed himself because he was traumatized. That's the whole point, because they put you in a system that the system is not. It claims supposed to reform you. It does not reform you. It destroys you.
Yeah.
Because like he went in there and he said it like, all right, this killer be killed. Now they're trying to turn you into that predator that they're slandering you about. You know what I'm saying? So when you come home, you can't cope with that. You can't cope with that. And as you see, unfortunately, the brother, one of many, took his own life because he couldn't deal with those kind of things. The stress and trauma.
That was the same mentality of Tupac. Before, when Tupac first came out, he was inspirational. He built the people. What was that? Public Enemy or something like that back in the day.
It was around that time.
Yeah. But anyway, he spoke poetry. He was positive, and then they turned him. He turned to that thug. He had to represent the thug life. He was like, if I can't reach the people with a positive message, I'm gonna be exactly who they want me to be.
Right.
And he took that mentality.
And hey, I'm glad you said that. Because we almost done. Pull up that next article on a positive light, right? Because the black man does not get portrayed in a positive light when it comes to media, right? Read that real quick.
Adam Jones reveals
Hey, man, I'm sorry. That's you. Just saying that get me meditating, because it's either he is a criminal in media or it's Esau relieving us pardoning us of something or giving us a bone, like we talked about earlier. Right. It ain't never nothing good. Nah. I talk about this all. I seen a damn commercial on YouTube. You know how they had the ads and all that, and it was a Dove commercial, and all these athletes were set up to give the imagery that black men aren't exactly the super predator that the world think we to be. Why do we have to go to those extents? I don't know if y'all seen that before.
No.
Go ahead. You got to say something.
Yeah, you because you finna go into this sports article. There was a article, I think, in the last 2 weeks. The sister in the Olympics, she was so good. She was so good that they couldn't even grade. They made up a rule because she was so good. Like, you can't do that no more.
Oh, you talking about the gymnastics?
I think it's a triple backflip or something like that.
She did something that was like, no, she lost points for doing something that nobody in history ever did. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
But they said, nope, you can't do that.
That's crazy.
Because they can't do it.
Right.
That remind me of basketball. They made the 3-point line for the white man.
Right.
Because he couldn't get up there with us.
Steph Curry.
Oh.
And then we dominated that. Just like golf. And then we dominated that.
Right.
I'm telling you. Don't want to put us in a
But
light.
on a positive note, why don't we just get our own? If we dominate everything, why don't we just get our own?
Ice Cube tried that.
Hey,
where is it now?
So you said,
Big
why don't we
Three
just
still
get
going?
our own,
What you
right?
mean, man?
Oh, my bad.
Big Three still going,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
I haven't heard.
Be watching it myself.
I'm about to say that's the problem. Black people don't be supporting their own.
Yeah, that's it right there.
They don't read.
That's the problem.
They don't read the Bible.
I
You're
need to
right.
read.
Only with the scriptures will we be prosperous, like it says in
Right.
Joshua 1:8. Period. Go ahead.
Adam Jones reveals he adopted Chris Henry's son. Jones and Henry's friendship began at West Virginia, and their connection has continued long after Henry's passing. There's a video that go with that.
So now, go back up real quick. I want you to read that title again, because this is not mainstream media. Go back up. Let me see what news platform it's on.
SB Nation.
SB Nation.
Cincy, that's the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, check this out, though. Has anybody heard about this on the Channel 9 News?
Never.
Nah. Channel 2, CBS? Nope. Nah. But when you turn on Channel 2 and the rest of those news, you hear about all kind of derogatory things when it comes to the black man's image, right?
Local Negro.
Right. and it gets stereotyped. Just like we get a lot of stereotyping about things that we don't even have nothing to do with, right? Read the title one more time.
Adam Jones reveals he adopted Chris Henry's sons.
Now, for those of you who may not know, Chris Henry, famous football player, I believe he's running back, if I'm not mistaken, right? Brother passed on. This brother took in his son. Took in his son, right? Yeah, scroll down and read it.
It's been nearly 12 years since Chris Henry passed away. The former Cincinnati Bengals receiver is remembered fondly in the NFL community. But Henry was more than just a player. He was also a father to 2 young boys and 1 girl. And then in an interview with Shannon Sharp, former Bengals cornerback, Adam Jones said he had adopted both of Henry's sons earlier this year.
That's a notable work right there. That's what we're
Is that the video right there?
Yeah, that's the video.
You could play on it. See if it'll play. I think that's through Twitter.
It works.
Yeah, it should play.
Yeah, it's right there.
Just hit play.
That's a law. Shoot.
And I don't know if you know, but
he got to put the.
I adopted Chris Henry kids too, so they up here with me. Bubba and Man, they are freaks of nature when it comes to sports and everything. But it's a love thing over here in our household.
No,
man.
I did not know
we
that.
love each other hard. We cry together. We pray together. You know what I mean? We do everything together over here.
What led you to do that, Pac?
Everybody know me and Chris was best friends in college. I'm still close with this whole entire family. I'm still close with Lane, which is the boys' mom. We're inseparable. And we was just talking. I was like, Lane, I got to get the boys so I can take what we've done so far and like maximize it. You know what I mean? Right. So we sat down. We've been working on this for 3-4 years.
Right.
And we finally got it done a couple of 6-7 months ago. And it's just, for me, it's heartwarming because I know my man up there just sitting up there smiling like, man, I really appreciate you, man.
For the people that
I
don't know, you're talking about your phone.
I don't get too teared up about so much stuff, but I don't know, that was my man. You get what I'm saying? Me and Slim was like this. We was the real poster boys when they first started talking about poster boys. So
you're talking about, not only was he a teammate of yours in Cincinnati, he was a teammate of yours, Chris Henry, the wide receiver, a teammate of yours at West Virginia. That's where you first met.
Yeah.
You guys were so close. You adopted, I think he has 2 boys, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you adopted them recently. Man, that's big, Pac. That's huge.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing, man. They unbelievable.
Yeah, you could pause
athletes.
it right there. You could pause it right there. Shannon Sharp said that's big.
Yeah.
Bishop Kanab been going over this a lot every time he teach. That's nation building. That's a part of nation building.
Right.
Your brother that you love as your own soul passes on, and it's nothing for you. I'm taking in those kids. Because I'm quite sure NFL player, got money involved and all of that, them kids financially would be okay.
Right.
Got family they could have stayed with. But the close relationship they have as brothers, the love that he had for him, it's like, well, that's like my kids.
Right.
They need to have a father figure. They need to have a man around
That's it right there. Yep.
They need to have a man because you understand, and I know the brother might be in the world, but core values is still at least there. You know what I'm saying? That natural love, that brotherly love that the other nations don't want us to see. Brother say he took them in, and I understand, he trying to raise them for sports and all of that, but the main part of it is the fact that he didn't just lead them kids out there. He didn't just try to parent from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you had was you gonna pull 1 Samuel 18?
Yeah, bring it up.
Hey, that's a heavy thing right there. What that shows you is blood couldn't make them no closer. And that's the same example that we take when you read, you said in Timothy's, right?
Yeah.
First Samuel.
Oh no, you said 1 Samuel, but I'm just gonna quote it real quick in Timothy's when it says instead of a father, the elders, the elders you esteem as fathers.
Yes.
And the mothers. Go to it real quick. I'm butchering. I'm sorry, bro.
Bring it out,
but that's like you said, it's nation building. Okay, one fall. Guess what? We got a lot more brothers and sisters up in there to take the place. We got fathers. We have our bishops. Right. We have our deacons that father over us. And under that, we got our brothers and our sisters, our mothers that mother over us. and our sisters that are our sisters, all right, for our wives and etc. It's a big family.
Absolutely.
Read that verse.
1 Timothy 5:1.
1 Timothy 5:1, right. So don't never let nobody tell you otherwise. This is a family, but we're going to be a structured, well-oiled machine.
Right.
Read that real quick.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1.
Right.
Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father.
Right. And treat him as a father, meaning you don't treat him like a normal Negro on the street. This elder is a godly man that God set before you. This goes into the law when it says, lift up thy head against the hoary, lift up thy head against the hoary head. All right. And what it says, curse not the ruler of thy people. That's what Paul is telling Timothy right now. He's going over the law. All right, read on. Let's go.
And the younger men as brothers.
And I'm looking at my brothers, and we looking at brothers. Though we may not be like cousin to cousin, like by blood couldn't make us no closer. Right. Period. It's a family. We seek the well-being of each other. Read on. Come on.
The elder women as mothers.
And the elder women as mothers. That's the wives of the elders. Those are our mothers. Read on. Come on. Or our bishops' wives. Read on. Let's go.
The younger as sisters.
And the younger as sisters. And all of that, what does that mean? Respect.
Right.
Respect and relationship. Read on. Is that it?
With all purity.
With all purity. All right. The Bible, period.
All praises. All praise to the
I'm
Most
sorry.
High.
One more, and I'm going to be done for the day because I know you had some heat over there. And I want you to bring that out.
Cat,
My
bring
bad.
it out.
What this brother did. Sirach chapter 4, verse 10. Right?
Bring it out. I know you're going to go there.
Oh, okay.
Armor bearer.
The book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 10.
Right, that's it.
Be as a father.
What this brother just did, he did it naturally. Because it's something that's within us. He did it by nature. All right. He kept what was written in the scriptures. Read on. Because he understood the fundamental things of how a father needs to be in the picture. Like you mentioned earlier, officer. Go ahead. Come on.
Be as a father unto the fatherless.
Be as a father unto the fatherless. Meaning that orphan, he has a father. He ain't no orphan. He has a father after him. All right. That means when somebody else drops the baton, the other one will pick it up. Read on. Come on.
And instead of an husband unto their mother, so shalt
and you let that mother know, I got it. Don't worry. Though you mourn for your husband, but guess what? I'm going to take to him as well. All right, read on. Let's go. Come on.
So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High.
So if you do this, you are as the son of the Most High. Because why? Well, now the Lord was able to adopt us because now we in Christ. All right. He took, hey, Deacon Malachi said it all the time. A lot of us is bastards. A lot of us is bastards. If it wasn't for Christ, we'd still be bastards.
Right.
But because the Most High sent his son to die for us, now we are the sons of God again.
That's right.
Period. So read that part again. Come on. And thou shalt.
And so shalt thou be as the son of the Most High.
And then how shall that son esteem you? Read, come on.
And he shall love thee more than thy mother doeth.
He gonna love you more than the father that left behind and the mother that raised him. Why? Because he knew that you took that ultimate responsibility of being a father unto him. That's what this brother did right there. All praises. We need more examples like that in Israel. All right. That's it on that.
Hey, all praises. All praises. 1 Samuel 18, because the brother said, Pac-Man Jones said, he said, I love that dude, I love him. Like the world says, they think that two men loving each other is gay, but we're going to read what the Bible said about, this relationship that this brother had. Like you said, Cal, we need more righteous examples like that. Go ahead.
1 Samuel chapter 18, you want me to start at verse 1?
Verse 1.
Verse 1. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul.
So when his brother died, read. I'm just talking about Pac-Man, right? He died, read.
That the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David.
Just like he was sprung to Shannon Sharp. Man, me and that dude was close. You know what I'm saying? They went to college together. So they built a bond from that, from 4 years or however many years they was in college. Their soul was knit, read.
And Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
He what?
And Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
But they weren't blood brothers. He loved them as his own soul. Read.
Verse 2. And Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house.
Verse 3.
Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul.
Because I love you, bruh. He already knew, I'm going to take care of your kids when you die. Because I love you that much. He knew that I got a brother that's going to watch out for my kids and my family.
Right.
We have that understanding. the world don't have that understanding. So like you said, officer, bringing something positive to light. When we see people in the world do things like that, that's a beautiful thing.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it is.
Absolutely. And we're gonna wrap it up on this.
Hey, I'm sorry. On that note, you nailed it right on the head. That's nation building.
Right.
That's the only way to build a broken nation. It's by these fundamental practices that we read in the scriptures. Loving your brother, having unity like that, without a shadow of a doubt. No matter, I wouldn't raise with you, but I love you just cause. All right, and apply them scriptures. Being a father to the fatherless.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All praise to the Most High. So we wanted to shed some light on that because, those of us over here, we know our nationality. This is what we push.
That's right.
This is what we teach. This is what we believe in. So we wanted to, get a brother a shout out for that, for that positive act. Lord willing, brother catches a YouTube video, catches a flyer,
right?
Comes in the fold because, some of our people out there, they got some good morals. They just need that extra push,
right?
That extra push. So, Cap, any last words for the nation?
Hey, man, we stay strong, stay in the spirit, pray for one another in these last days.
All praise.
All right,
all praise,
stay
all
strong
praise.
Together, unity. It's nation time.
That's right. That's right. So you've been tuned into the Lion's Den radio show. Captain Tazawan.
Shalom, shalom.
Officer Yahaziel.
Officer Yuri.
Officer Ezekiel.
Soldier Lahad.
Soldier Lahad. Lord willing, pray everybody stay in the spirit, study, pray, and apply. And we'll see you same time next Sunday. Shalom.
Shalom.
And you think we're the wolf pack? We were the ones that was dragged and brought over here on the slave ships, and you made a monster out of us.
We spirit you rolling with. Either you rolling with the spirit of Satan and who's waiting for the lake of fire, or you're gonna roll with the spirit of Christ.
Created, manufactured right here in the Americas. Don't slip on that. This new Negro that we see today was a creation.
If you walking around worrying about your breath when you know death and destruction is everywhere, nigga, you gonna die.
We used to scream black power while Rerun was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold,